We should be good. And I think we are live now on YouTube. Yes, perfect. This is what we wanted. Oh man, my screen or camera is a little dirty. Ugh. Do not like that. Let's see if we can change that a little bit. I don't know why I thought that. There we go. I guess, yeah, we had to clear that up a little bit. All right. So, match has kicked off here. We are still waiting for all the commercials on the zone, but that's okay. I have a feeling we're not going to be missing too much in the first minute. I could be mistaken on here, but obviously you never know what could happen. I just want to put in on the YouTube channel. If, again, you have not followed me or anything, we do have a YouTube channel as well. This is a big match for Chelsea. They've obviously won the Club World Cup before, so this is something new. But this is the first time it's the final with 32 teams. So obviously this is a big talking point for both sides. PSG's first time in the Club World Cup. They're obviously one of the best teams in the entire world. Let's be real here. We know how good they are. But like I said, we are going to see how well Chelsea can do against them. So let's get this. Who do you think will win? Not Sin. All right, so I don't think the game has kicked off yet. Or am I behind here? I think we're still waiting. So good. We had technical difficulties. I guess they also had technical difficulties. Reece James right now is walking out. No. Oh, God. Okay, there we go. I want to make that a bigger screen. There we go. I'm not going to lie. The intro for this right now, I don't like the walkout. I still don't think that's a good thing for soccer. I think it's more professional, have the entire team walking out. Let's be real. I mean, it's just the normal how football has been throughout the years. So again, it doesn't make sense. I should have hung a Chelsea jersey up there instead. But hey, you know what? We're going to talk about that a little bit later. All right. Welcome, by the way. Welcome to the live. I do want to know, who do you think is going to win this game? I'm predicting Chelsea, obviously. Huge Chelsea fan. I mean, let's be real here. They, I think, have a chance here. And if you're on TikTok, I'm looking at you right now. I'm also on YouTube, so in case I'm not looking at the screen, I also have my third screen watching the game. So again, I may be pivoting here. So if you do put something in here, I may miss it. Give me some time. I'll look at it. Same with YouTube. I may miss a comment every now and then because we are watching the match. Right now, again, they are just walking out. So I'm not sure why this game didn't kick off right at 3. I don't know if there was some technical difficulties for this final as well, but that's all right because we also had some difficulties. So I'm glad we're not missing anything here. All right. So this is a big game. I'm not going to lie. This is obviously the Conference League winners, which you can say what you want about Chelsea, versus the champions of Europe, PSG. Won the Champions League, absolutely destroyed Inter Miami or Inter Milan. They also destroyed Inter Miami too during this tournament. But they are a team right now that are just cruising through teams. We saw them massively beat Real Madrid. We saw them beat Bayern Munich. They've only let up 1 goal so far in this entire tournament to Botafogo, which they ended up losing. So apparently, if you score a goal against PSG, you will beat them. But even the fact that they've been just steamrolling Real Madrid, Bayern, Atletico Madrid. I'm not going to say Inter Miami is a good team because they're not. But the fact that they've only let 1 goal this entire tournament is, again, quite ridiculous when you're looking at the tournament itself, because you would think even in the knockout stage, you would see some teams showing up, scoring goals, especially Bayern Munich. I mean, Real Madrid with Xabi Alonso as their new manager, it's not too surprising that they did struggle a little bit. I think he's still trying to get his tactics right, which he obviously has time. It's not like this tournament is going to make or break Real Madrid's season, but it was definitely an opportunity for them to really showcase what they have to offer. It just did not work out from multiple mistakes from Real Madrid. And therefore, again, it was just a big issue that they dealt with. But anyways, if you are new here, greatly appreciate. Do hit the like button, subscribe down below. Definitely help us out. MetLife Stadium looks fully packed, by the way. I mean, this is something that we've talked about in videos. If you've seen any of my TikTok videos and any of my YouTube videos, that this tournament has definitely produced quite a lot of fans to show up. And I feel like my I don't know if my live or feed is just lagging behind the game. Did the game start or not? Because I'm getting commercial after commercial right now in this. So I do not know if it is actually fully kicking off yet. Let me go. Where was I looking here? Here we go. So it doesn't look like this game is kicked off just yet, which again, I don't know. Let's go to ESPN and see what is going on here. Why this game is taking longer to kick off than it should be. But yeah, the big talking point here, I think, is Reece James in this game because Reece James is starting for Chelsea, not as a defender. It looks like he's going to be pushing more into that midfield. And I'm not surprised at all. If you saw my video on the tactics on YouTube, like how Chelsea can beat PSG, it's not surprising that we are seeing Chelsea use Caicedo more in the attacking role because he's going to be pushing up to put more pressure on Vitinha. Because as we've seen throughout not just this tournament, but throughout PSG this entire season, Vitinha has definitely been one of their key factors that they've been just doing so well with. And like I said, if we can prevent him from dictating and playing the ball that he's been doing so well this entire season, it's going to make a huge difference. And like I said, it is one of those. I don't know this guy's name, but they're having "Are You Ready to Rumble, Man?" for this. That's very Americanizing to have him there. But again, not surprising that the Club World Cup in America would have that. And it looks like we probably are going to do the national anthem, despite it being an international tournament. We'll find out here. I'm not too sure because it would not make sense if we did the national anthem for this game. The fact that I don't think there's not a single American playing in this final, but it's in the States, so who knows? I'm not going to harp on it too long. I just want to change that a little bit here. Live watch party. Chelsea versus, there we go. Okay. So I'm just changing a few things on the YouTube page here. So what I was saying before is that it's not surprising Reece James is playing in the midfield in this match because Caicedo will be pushing up to, again, defend Vitinha because he is able to facilitate the ball so well, not just in this tournament, but throughout this entire season. And if you can stop Vitinha, you can pretty much stop PSG. Now, that being said, they obviously have many other factors that we can see them utilize. We can see Dembele, who obviously is a destroyer on any type of wing. We also can look at Hakimi on that side as well. You can look at the rest of their midfield, Neves, Reece. They are all players that can definitely take control of the game at some point. But like I said, if you can stop Vitinha, it's like back in the day, which I'm not sure if you've ever watched, Pirlo. Well, if you wanted to stop and beat AC Milan, Inter Milan, you had to pretty much stop Pirlo. And I'm going to change my settings here just a little bit so I can watch this game because the game finally has kicked off. So what we're looking at here is no surprise from both sides here. I think they will come out a little slower due to the heat. Not surprising here because it is ridiculously hot in New York today. But again, not surprising here. Chelsea are going to be doing some high pressure here. I think having the extra defender will make a huge difference. Again, I think they're going to play with the back three for the most part and see some other players as the wing backs here. Oh my God, that is a beautiful touch by Cole Palmer. And João Pedro, I think, has the capability of, again, being a game changer this game. We're seeing cross deflected. Yeah, Donnarumma's got that. No problem. But this game, I think, is going to be a very quick-paced match. I would not be surprised if it's just ping-pong back and forth throughout this game. Even though I just said they're going to move a little slower, it's going to be moving slow and then all of a sudden quickly. Both teams are going to just turn on the speed very quickly. Like we're going to probably see right here. It's just all 1-2 passes right now with PSG. And, I mean, they're so good at the tiki-taka. I mean, how they work the ball is quite amazing here. But Chelsea obviously can do it themselves. They can win the ball back. João Pedro just lay out for a corner. Yeah. First corner of the game. Chelsea can do this. Now, crazy thing about this match, and I was looking at this last night, was the fact that this team right now for Chelsea, we're only seeing one player who started in the final for them in the 2021 final for the Champions League, which is why they're here, which it's remarkable that Chelsea are in the final with only Reece James because Trevor Chalobah was not on the team when they won. João Pedro on that left side, he can do some damage here. Cross deflected, Cucurella. Not too bad, not bad. And they are pushing high up. That's Colwell winning the ball back out on the right wing. Okay. Yeah. Again, I have a feeling Enzo Maresca has thought about this match for the last 72 hours and how he wants to use his defenders because, like I said, it's not going to be too surprising. We're going to be seeing Cucurella push up. We're going to see Colwell push up, Trevor Chalobah, Reece James, Malagusta. All of these defenders can easily push up and add pressure to PSG. But this midfield is really where the game is going to be won. And I do think having Reece James in that midfield is going to be very difficult for PSG to do anything here. And nothing. Okay, yeah, there we go. And João Pedro too. The fact that this man is starting for Chelsea is remarkable. Was on holiday for I don't know what 30 days, and he's starting for Chelsea back-to-back matches. I don't expect to get a full 90 off of him, but the fact that he's been putting some high pressure in this match is going to be interesting because I hope he doesn't get hurt, and he shouldn't get hurt. But I don't know how fully match fit he is. And granted, most players are going to be up to the playing level that we're seeing here. We're going to say hi to you. How's it going? But this team right now for Chelsea, I do think has the capability of being PSG. They can go head to head with them. It's just both teams have the caliber players to win this match. And when you look at Chelsea squad, we're looking at Chalobah. It might be, again, the younger players from Chelsea, Chalobah, Reece James, Cole Palmer, Colwell. It does not matter. The confidence that these guys have can make a huge difference in this match. And like I said, it's really Chelsea need to hold PSG for probably the first half. Oh, this could be dangerous. All right, that's a good ball back. Neto has just been phenomenal this entire tournament. If Chelsea win this, Neto's gonna be the player of the tournament. He has to be. I mean, I'm sure there'll be some talks about some other players, but Pedro Neto has just been phenomenal this entire tournament. And I do think this will translate into the Premier League this upcoming. Oh, that is a beautiful turn to João Pedro. Just got to play the ball across. Oh, João Pedro playing that across to Malagusta would have been something, but couldn't get it off. All right, they're going to recycle the ball back now. That's a weird touch, but you know what? That works. Marquinhos, obviously a good defender. And yeah, PSG right now are struggling. I'm not gonna lie, PSG cannot really get their foot in this match right now. Granted, it's the first 5 minutes, but PSG have been playing very loosely as of right now, especially with all their passes. I mean, they really haven't strung too many passes together right now, and obviously they're known for doing that. Their high pressure too just isn't working right now. But that's a wow, that's muscular. Ooh, there's a chance here for Chelsea right now. Play that out. Palmer should have played that quicker to Malagusta. Yeah, because now he's going to lose possession. Ah, wow. I don't know how Palmer just did that. That Palmer is a freak when it comes to dribbling. He's a guy that, again, he's not quick, but the magic his feet can do with a soccer ball is remarkable because, like I said, he just did like a little like faint touch and seemed like the defender should have got that. And yet somehow he was able to run around them and get to the ball first. It's impressive what he can do. Actually, I'm gonna move that because I don't want that behind me. It's again remarkable what Cole Palmer can do, and I think this is a game for Cole Palmer to really step up. And when I say step up, he obviously has stepped up before for Chelsea, but this is a match for Cole Palmer to really level up and just take control and score a goal, have an assist, do something to again really cause mayhem for PSG because Cole Palmer has the capability of doing that. If you guys are watching here, I'm watching on my screen here. So again, I'll look back and forth watching here as well, YouTube. So if there's any comments, I will hopefully get to those as quickly as possible. But I'm looking on the screen here for right now. Chelsea right now obviously have been playing fairly well. They've had a good opportunity. They probably should at least had one shot on goal. They have not yet. We're seeing Cole Palmer out on the right wing. He's driving towards Mendes, and loses possession, but Malo Gusto's right there too. This is what I'm talking about. Like Chelsea have the players right now. They're so much younger that they have this physicality, this pace on them that a lot of them can just run for 90 minutes, which is difficult for a lot of teams to really handle. Now, again, you can obviously play possession ball to beat that. But if you don't have possession, it's very difficult and obviously to play possession and do that. All right, we've seen Neto out on that left, cycling to Caicedo, who makes a play to Reece James. Reece James should drive forward with that a little bit. Yeah, that's a good ball. Enzo plays it out wide. Neto's doing some footwork. 1-2, 1-2. João Pedro, Cole Palmer. That's a chance. That should have been a goal by Cole Palmer. I don't, I don't know how he missed. How did Cole Palmer miss that? That would have been a beautiful goal. That's the touch by it's on the other side of the post. The touch by João Pedro right there just shows you what this man can do for Chelsea. He doesn't have to score goals, João Pedro. The fact that he just laid that ball perfectly for Cole Palmer is showing you what a striker can do. And obviously, a guy of his caliber, Cole Palmer should be at least putting that on target. I can't. At first, it looked like it was in, but I'm going to say Cole Palmer should easily put in that on target, and it's quite remarkable he didn't find the back of the net there. Donnarumma was absolutely cemented. There's no way he was saving that. And obviously, Cole Palmer had the right idea on what he wanted to do with that shot, but just did not work out. All right, so Chelsea have the possession again here. Reece James looking for Malo Gusto. Malo Gusto looking for some players. Caicedo kicks it up. And João Pedro doing work as of right now. Losing possession. Yeah, it's a poor touch by João Pedro there. And obviously, we got to give some credit to PSG. Mendes there. He's been doing well so far. Granted, it's early on. But, I mean, what he's been able to do this entire season, Nuno Mendes has been just a phenomenal left back this entire season. He has to be the best left back. I mean, Cucurella obviously I think is number 2, but I have to give some credit to Mendes and how good he's been this entire season because he's pickpocketed how many players on that right side this entire season. We're looking at Saka, we're looking at Salah. Trying to think who else he's done it to this season, but pretty much anyone that's gone up against him, he's shut down. No problem about it. While Cucurella has done very similar, the obviously competition that Cucurella dealt with in the Conference League is way different than the Champions League. So again, I'm going to obviously put Mendes above him for the most part. But that being said, PSG right now finally are getting some time with the ball here. They are now going to it makes sense for them just to pass around for a little bit, kind of get themselves into this match because they haven't done anything just yet. I may eat those words here, but Hakimi now playing it back. And it's one of those that, yeah, they're trying to get the ball just to cycle around right now because I don't even know if every player has touched the ball in PSG currently. But obviously with this possession right now, they are just working the ball around, trying to find pockets of space. But what Chelsea are doing, they're defending with roughly 8 players, which they obviously should against PSG here. And I mean, having 5 defenders out there, it is one of those things that, yeah, Trevor Chalobah, Colwell, Cucurella, yeah, just play on, keep going. And even João Pedro right now is dropping back too. So it's one of those that they are not looking to really open up too much. But like I said, it could easily be one of those things that Chelsea could sit back for a bit and just let PSG try to do some things. That's a ball we should win back. I say, oh, yes, yes. Yeah. I don't know if that's a foul there or not, but sit them. Oh, Mendes. It's gone there. Oh, jeez. All right. That was, yeah. All right. So far in this match, we haven't seen too much, but again, not surprising here. Both teams, I think this is a game that I think both teams are just going to sit back for a while and take their time to move the ball around and just wait for pockets of space. There's right now there's no point to even try to like push it. It's like any final. We're probably going to have some moments here where it's just going to be back and forth a little bit. But PSG, obviously, that's a great tackle, Caicedo. Oh, my goodness. It's surprising how people don't rate Caicedo. That right there was just showing you how great of a CDM he is. You think that PSG are about to have a good opportunity right outside the box, and he just toe pokes it away. And yes, it's close to a foul, but he is so good, Caicedo, to win the ball back. And when he does win the ball back, obviously it's at any point that Chelsea can then spring an attack, and they haven't done anything here. But all right, João Pedro wins it back, or no, Enzo, sorry there. Yeah, oh boy. Chelsea could find themselves. Okay, yeah, he's calling a foul on that. I don't know if he took a good knock there or not, but the refs letting him play right now. I'm not gonna lie. This is a game that, yeah, I mean, it's a foul, but is it a bad fault? No. So, who do you guys think is going to win this? I'm curious because, like I said, I am just watching this and thinking that this could easily go any direction for the most part. But, like I said, we are seeing, I think, the start of a new era for Chelsea. This could easily go on to become one of the best seasons for Chelsea in quite some time. Now, granted, they've had some good seasons, but I think Chelsea have the capability of being a top team this year in the Premier League. And obviously, making it to this final shows that you're going to say it's a friendly, but obviously, both teams are fighting for a huge chance to lift another trophy for their season. And this is a big match. Both teams are obviously going at it 100%. It's not like they put a bunch of different bench players, and I take a deflection. Or is that just a bad cross? Yeah, it's a bad cross there. So no surprise there. This man, I don't know how Cole Palmer doesn't like. Yeah, Donnarumma had no chance in that shot. That was such a lovely ball by João Pedro there too. And yeah, Enzo's saying we got to keep this up. They again, if Chelsea can score first here, it is one of those matches. Whoever scores first here is going to have a very good chance of just dominating possession wise. And that's actually a great ball by. I don't think Sanchez is going to get credit for that pass, but that was a beautiful pass by Sanchez right there to find João Pedro. But obviously, that didn't work out. I mean, I'm curious of how long João Pedro plays in this game. Liam Delap, I think, is going to come in probably in the 60th minute. When he comes in, I think he could definitely make a difference here because, like I said, Liam Delap is a guy that really is a true number 9, and he can easily push on the CBs, and he can be a guy that you can just play the ball up to him, stand any defender up, and then lay it off to a player, which I know we just saw João Pedro do that, but obviously he can do it as well. And I do think that Liam Delap is a guy that might come in. That's a great ball. Oh, this is not good. That Cucurella, that is what we're talking about. Cucurella just is phenomenal. That is a huge world-class save right there by Cucurella. If Cucurella is not there, that's a goal. PSG are scoring there. And there's nothing Robert Sanchez could have done about that. That is beautiful. And people talk about Cucurella not being that good of a player, but look at this. That is reading. That is reading what a defender wants to do there. Palmer's shot was so close. It was. I can't believe Palmer missed that. That was an opportunity for Chelsea. Had Palmer put that in, this game would be complete. And this is beautiful ball. Sanchez, this is why we like Sanchez. Again, I'm a huge Sanchez fan. That ball he just played is oh. That ball that Sanchez just played right there, absolutely phenomenal. Cucurella, world class, or is class? Yes. I've been saying this time and time again. But right now, we're witnessing what Robert Sanchez can do for Chelsea. And I understand people do not like Sanchez. They think he makes too many errors. But just right there, back to back, he's just played 2 balls that have broke the lines multiple times. And that ball right there almost led to great opportunity. I understand what Enzo Fernandez was trying to do there with that little bit of a chip. And it could have possibly worked, but did it obviously. Again, he just makes those great passes when he can make those passes. And I understand he does lead to some errors, but it is one of those things. I think Robert Sanchez should be Chelsea's #1 goalkeeper this season too. I understand a lot of people aren't fans of Robert Sanchez, but he does have the caliber and the skill set to be a top class goalkeeper. And I think with our defenders this year, he can obviously do it. We still need to no, our defenders, if our defenders stay fully fit, it makes a huge difference. I mean, when you're rotating so many defenders, you're not going to have that chemistry, at least in my opinion. So every time we're changing defenders, you never know what you're expecting of your defenders, and it leads to this questionable errors. And therefore, again, that's what's been one of the issues. Now, granted, I understand he's made some poor passes, and that's not a defender. But if our back four can stay fully fit all season long, I think they can make a huge partnership here between Robert Sanchez. And again, if we go and sign another goalkeeper, am I going to lose sleep over? Obviously not. But as of right now, if we don't sign a goalkeeper, I'm totally fine. I think Sanchez will start day one against Crystal Palace for us, as he should. And I think he can be the guy that helps us win the Premier League this upcoming season. And granted, injuries do happen. If injuries do happen, it's hard to say then. That's what we're saying. That's a huge save by Sanchez. If we get another goalkeeper, who do you want? Personally, I don't want another goalkeeper. We have enough goalkeepers. I mean, Petrovic, it's a shame that we're selling him, but that right there, that's a beautiful save too by Sanchez. I'm telling you, the more you watch Sanchez, and if you just kind of forget about some of the errors he had last year, and you actually see it from a broad perspective, he's actually a pretty good goalkeeper. But if we were to go and sign someone, I don't know. That's difficult, and I might regret saying this because obviously he had a poor season last year. But Ramsdale would be, I think, a good option. And I actually am not even sure what happened to him. Obviously, they got relegated. Um, but I think Ramsdale has the capability of still playing for a top team. Now, whether he would join Chelsea, Diego Costa, yeah, that's true too. Is he even available though? Because I don't think I thought he had signed a contract recently. I could be mistaken on Costa, but he would be a good option as well. And actually, I mean, there's a few other goalkeepers I do like, but like I said, I think we can spend money in different parts of the field. I think we still need to get another left back. I mean, obviously, as well as Cucurella is, we still need some other player to back him up. He cannot play a full 38 plus FA plus league plus Champions League. The guy obviously needs rest sooner or later, and I believe Viga is on his way out, and therefore we need backup for some of these players. And I mean, Caicedo has Santos. Palmer's the only other guy. I'm not too sure if we have a backup really, in which obviously I guess Estavio could technically be that backup as well. But otherwise, I think we could kind of sit well. I mean, the transfer window is obviously still open. There's plenty of players we can look and get yet. But I think Chelsea have the capability with who they've bought in so far that they can actually stick with this squad. And they obviously are going to sell players too. We're going to be selling Sterling. I think Nico Jackson's on his way out to AC Milan. And there's a possibility we might sell a few other players. Badia Shield might be on his way out too. But like I said, I think for the most part, we're pretty set here. Like, again, I'm going to keep talking about Robert Sanchez until there's probably an error. But that's another beautiful ball. I think Malgusto should have kept that in. I'm not sure how he didn't. But overall, it's been pretty good. Sorry if I missed any comments here as you guys are talking here. But from Porto, yeah. It's 20 minutes into this match so far, and I do believe Chelsea right now have had more chances, more possession. PSG, I mean, obviously had that one chance that Cucurella did stop, and he is pushing into that midfield a little bit more. We are seeing, Cucurella do what he usually does for Enzo, which is not surprising. That's a Cucurella clearing it. Good ball. Neto, what can he do with it? Play it to Neto. Oh my. Neto, play it to Neto. That's a ball we should have been playing Neto. You can tell he's upset about that. He had so much space. So much space. I don't know why we didn't just play that ball over the top to him. I don't think he even knows what football is. I'm not going to lie. I don't even know why. I understand why he's there. But it's like if I were to go and watch, I don't even know, like underwater basket weaving. I know nothing about it. Like, why would I go and watch it? I would just say, you know what? I'm not going to be there. But oh, yes, this is a chance. Hit that. Hit that. Palmer. Let's go, baby. That's what we're talking about. Cole Palmer only needed 2 chances. And João Pedro, I'm just saying, João Pedro, here we go. That's what we're talking about. My goodness. I didn't see the first part of that, but I want to see this replay. I don't know what's going on here. Akimi is not happy about it. I don't know if there was a foul called or something with the ref. There's some controversial going on right now. I'm not too sure right now. They may have called offside. I'm not too sure, but I think this is a goal. I'm not sure what's going on here. Obviously, PSG are always going to be upset they let up a goal because it's PSG. They're going to cry about anything. I'm not gonna lie here, but I'm not sure what's going on here after, because I think they celebrate, which obviously I'd be celebrating too. Just scored in the final. Cole Palmer right now. I have a book here that we're writing down stuff. Cole Palmer is, and look who's playing that ball. Robert Sanchez. Robert Sanchez is playing that ball over the top. He's calling Mendes a difficulty there. This is what, again, we're saying. Robert Sanchez. And then obviously João Pedro does what he needs to do. Cole Palmer, just so beautiful. Just so beautiful. This is what we're talking about. With Cole Palmer, final after final after final, this man just oozes talent. I mean, it's remarkable how many goals or assists this guy can have in a final. But Cole Palmer, again, putting the big, I don't even know what minute that was in. What was it, the 21st minute? Yeah, that's right. We're just second goal of the tournament in the 24th minute. Oh my goodness. That's what we're talking about. Sorry. We're writing stuff down here as we're talking because we're gonna make a video after this. But Cole Palmer, 24th minute, Robert Sanchez. I'm telling you, Dexter, this is what we're talking about. Okay, I'll admit it. Robert Sanchez is better than I give him credit for. Don't worry. I feel like 90% of Chelsea fans do not rate Robert Sanchez. It's one of those, like I said, I understand why people do not like Sanchez. But again, he has such good skill set. And there's a reason why Chelsea went out and got him from Brighton. And like I said, he obviously still has his flaws, but I think any goalkeeper will have their flaws. That's just how goalkeepers scored in the UEFA Super Cup, Conference League final, had 2 assists in the Club World Cup. And if I'm not mistaken, didn't he score in the Euros too? Did I miss that? What are you putting there? Yeah, he scored in the Euros too for England. So the man loves a final. Did he play any FA Cup finals for City? I'm not too sure if he played any FA Cup finals for City. That would not be a question for me. Obviously, he has played for City in the finals. I don't think so. But it's remarkable how well this man does just as a player. And again, João Pedro, you got to give credit to him there as well. That's standing up Mendes or even just beating him off that ball was played to him. He's obviously, like we talked about earlier, has had such a great season. You're expecting him not to make too many mistakes. But now Chelsea taking the lead, they can sit back right now. Not that I don't think they're going to sit back too much because you cannot take your foot off the gas pedal right now against PSG. You have to keep pushing, which is what we're seeing right now. Cucurella is still pushing up in that midfield. He's pushing up high too. Like, it's ridiculous how high he's going up. We're almost playing like tacking with Pedro Neto, it seems like, and then João Pedro is actually playing more in the mid. Oh, that is a beautiful ball, but Chalaba, beautiful. That is a beautiful tackle by Chalaba. Oh, Chelsea are going now. We are going with this. Did he play in he did. Yeah. Okay, he did. So, like I said, Manchester City, I don't know much about them. I do apologize. I wish I knew more about every club, but I don't know really about Chelsea, Liverpool, and obviously United because all my friends are United fans. But we're taking a cooling break. Oh my goodness. I'm loving this. I am loving this right now. And I kind of wish I would have went to this match, but it was hard for me to drive 2 hours to this match and then play the price that would have been. But I think it would have been a fun time to watch Chelsea lift this trophy. But like I said, we are going to be watching it this entire match, and then we're probably going to do a breakdown at the end of this video. And it really, right now, I think everyone at Chelsea are putting in a top performance match right now. They really haven't missed a beat at all, which is quite remarkable. I mean, Cole Palmer expecting that, but Cucurella, Caicedo, Reece James, Chalaba, all these players are playing up to the standards that we were expecting them to play. And again, I think a lot of people are writing off Chelsea, and they shouldn't have been writing off Chelsea because what we're able to do is almost mimic what exactly PSG does, and not many teams can do that. And this is why. I think Chelsea always had a chance. And yes, people are going to say they had the easy road to get to the final, but it doesn't matter. If you make it to a final, you obviously had hard competition to get there. And they're showing the replay of the first chance that Palmer had. Oh, I love watching the ref view too. That you have to applaud the Club World Cup for that. It's so nice watching from the ref's view. I love seeing it. I went to Philly and saw us beat Tunis. Hey, I was at that match too. Maybe I sat next to you. I highly doubt it. But I went to that match. I stuck around and watched them actually train after the match. So I think I left that stadium at like midnight that night. That was a good game too. Chelsea looked great. Liam Delop obviously looked great. That match, Tosin looked phenomenal as defender for Chelsea. That oh man, I'm just listening to what they're saying right now because obviously nothing's going on right now. Oh man, they're just talking about, yeah, him shooting right there. And really, most of Cole Palmer's goals, they're not power shots. They're literally just placement shots. And it's remarkable how good he is at slotting the ball home in the far post or near post, wherever he wants to put the ball. He's so good and precise. And he's so calm, which again, we all know that as Chelsea fans. But still, that guy, I sat next to that guy. That I don't know if you're watching right now. The man they just showed in the final is the man I was sitting next to at the Philly game. That's remarkable. All right. Not that I really know who he is, but that's remarkable. I sat next to that man. But anyways, he brought his kids. He was fun to watch the game with. All right, match is back on. Cooling break, which I don't know if they're going to be doing that for the World Cup. Sorry, I have missed. Palmer always just passed the ball. It is remarkable. Do you know who else passed the ball in a lot? Ozil, and he was phenomenal up until his last like 3 years at Arsenal. That man literally could walk the ball in, and it was always beautiful to watch. And I loved him playing for Real Madrid, which again, it's a shame the way his career ended. But anyways, he always was passing the ball. I don't know if he ever really slammed the ball in too much, and that's all right. Chelsea could do something with this. Play that ball. We're seeing Cole Palmer. Yes, yes. Take your time. Palmer, stand him up, stand him up. Palmer. Yes, sir, baby. 2 goals. Cole Palmer. Oh, baby. That's what we're talking about. Oh, yes. Cole Palmer just doing what he does best. Oh my goodness. I don't know who got the first touch on that pass. It got deflected into the midfield, and Chelsea is what we're talking about. The quick 1-2 combo, and then playing the ball out to Cole Palmer, which on the wing, you're not expecting to be quick, but ridiculous. They are doing what they need to do. This right now is a statement for Chelsea because if they win this match, and there's still plenty of time in this match, 60 minutes, obviously, if not more, because this game could easily go into extra. PSG can come back in this. I'm not going to say they're not going to come back in because there's a lot that go on. But right now, this is what Chelsea can do. They can hit you on the counterattack. Oh my goodness. That shimmy. I don't think it's going to get enough credit for what he just did right there. That little body feint that he just did right there is what gave him that space. Palmer always just passed the ball. He just passed it in again. He just passed it again. But that little shimmy that Palmer you just saw right there, that body feint threw off the defender. I don't know if that was Marquinhos or who that was. I have to watch it again. But they thought whoever was running top of the ball. And this, again, I want to take a second to talk about how these overlapping runs, these are things you will never see in the stats. This is something that, again, players talk about G's and A's, goals and assists, but that overlapping run is what opened up that channel for Cole Palmer then to go into the box and slot that in. But again, that's never going to go in the stat sheet. But that's what players need to do is constantly be doing these overlapping runs and winning the ball back. And yes, here we go. Oh my goodness. We are giving PSG a taste of their own medicine. That's not a foul. Cucurella, a great tackle. I'm loving this. Chelsea giving PSG what they deserve. And granted, I understand people are going to still probably write this off for Chelsea, even if they do win this match. But Chelsea right now are playing absolutely brilliantly. And they, again, keep putting in what they need to be doing. I don't know. I think Cole Palmer took an elbow to the face. It did look like it. And again, I'm not too sure. Yeah, he took a I mean, there's a chance here we're going to start seeing PSG get a little dirty for a while. And he's trying to ask the ref why nothing's being talked about there. That's a handball, but they're not going to call that either. All right. Oh, ping the ball to Pedro. Yes. Pedro has plenty of space. He can take one-on-one to Kimi. He's gonna, yeah, better off slowing the ball down. All right. Take some time. And right now, Chelsea could kill this off for the next 15 minutes or so. They literally could just play the ball around and not let PSG do anything with it. And like I said, Chelsea have that skill set to just play possession ball. Not a lot of teams can do that. And like I said, PSG can obviously do it, but they can literally just, they're like a spring. They can just sit back and then spring forward very quickly. Like we're playing the ball to Robert Sanchez, playing the ball over the top once again. I think I could be mistaken, but I think they saw something of watching PSG for multiple matches because that's not the that's like the fourth time they've now played that type of style over the top by Mendes. Like they keep playing the curling ball over the top, and it seems like he's struggling with that for some reason. And I got to write that down. So we're writing things down as the match goes on because, like I said earlier, we're going to be obviously talking about this match. Whether I do it right away, I might make a video later on for YouTube. But like I said, it's remarkable that obviously there's hundreds of people. Well, I shouldn't say hundreds. There's a good amount of people from Chelsea that are watching each and every match of PSG to fully see how they can break down PSG. And this is again a game that they obviously want to make sure they understand each and every player. And I'm sure one man or some person is watching and dissecting each player because, like I said, they keep playing the ball over the top from Robert Sanchez at Mendes. Like they're not playing it anywhere else on the pitch except for okay, yeah, that's full. And like I said, they're not playing it to Kimi, and I'm wondering it might just be because Robert Sanchez is right-footed; he can curl the ball, but there is something that's going on in that direction. All right, sorry. So writing that down, Mendes long ball by Sanchez. All right. So we're 2-0 into this match right now. 34th minute. Chelsea are looking great. I'm curious, anyone in here, even you, Dexter, I know you've been asking a lot of things. What do you think you've seen so far in this match? What are you expecting for some of these players? Neto getting a yellow card for some reason. I'm assuming dissent, but I could I could see something happening with Neto getting sent off this match. I could guarantee that there's going to be some questionable things going on in the second half. Why? Because it's PSG. I feel like PSG just has some things going on in this match that could really throw things off. And okay, so I lied. They just played the ball off to Akimi, but no one ran onto it. No surprise there, though. Yeah, man. So I was showing Luis Enrique, which again, I was just looking at some stuff for him, and it's remarkable what he's done as a manager. He's won 2 trebles, which again is quite ridiculous as a manager. There's not too many. I know Pep Guardiola is obviously another guy that's won 2 trebles, but he won back-to-back trebles. When I say back-to-back trebles, I mean they won domestic treble last year for PSG, and then obviously won the treble this year with the Champions League. And they obviously have the caliber to go on to the final for Champions League next season. And granted, anything can happen in the group stage, in the knockout, but obviously they're heavy favorites in the French league and all their other competitions. But like I said, he's done quite a phenomenal job. Mbappe left, and they've gotten better. He won trouble with Barca. Oh yeah, he won with Barca to Barcelona, and obviously that was possibly one of the best Barcelona teams that I think they've had. Now I don't understand Pep went there as well, but I do think the Neymar, um, Luis Suarez, and Messi. Yeah, he's. Oh my god, I have a feeling. Like I said, this ref is going to start dishing out some yellow cards to Chelsea, and it's going to be questionable. And we'll see how the rest of this match goes because now Caicedo has a yellow card. I'm curious. That's not a yellow. Oh, that's a yellow. Okay. The descent of kicking the ball away. All right. So Mbappe just showed up, and we were just talking about you how PSG have gotten better without you. But that's what I'm saying. Like it's remarkable because you'd think when a team loses their best player, that they would obviously struggle. Like right now, if Chelsea were to, and they're not going to, but let's say we sold Cole Palmer to a different team, Chelsea would not be the same team they are the next season. I don't think they would get better. It's remarkable how PSG sold Mbappe, and again, but they obviously got huge funds for it. And they were able to kind of stack the deck in their favor. But I think it almost opened up their entire squad that they were then able to not rely on one player and actually play free flowing football, which is what they've been trying to do all season long, and it just never worked. But oh, that's a beautiful ball. Sanchez, yes, great. Comes out quickly. It's the right call. Sanchez hasn't put in the bad step yet so far this match, so we're looking pretty good here. But yeah, there was one other thing I was going to say about Enrique, but I can't remember because I wrote something else down, but I can't read my handwriting. He was linked to Chelsea though, after Thomas Tuchel, and that was in between the new owners. And obviously, we went with who we went with Graham Potter, and that did not work out. But like I said, Luis Enrique, I think right now is maybe the best manager, or is a top three. It all depends who you looked and talked to, but what he's done so far, not just with PSG, with also Barcelona. Yeah, he struggled with Spain a little bit, but still, he's a man that has his tactics, but lets free flowing football happen, and it's remarkable. I love that our fullbacks overlap and our wingers. Oh yeah, this is sorry, we're jumping back and forth here. Possession control right now. PSG apparently has 56 possession. It doesn't seem right. It seems like it's been almost 50. Well, I guess 56. They're saying 7% in contention, but I would say it's almost 50-50 as of right now in this match. But like I said, our fullbacks pushing up, and we're actually opening quite wide. We're allowing a lot to happen. Again, we're playing the ball over the top to Mendes, and again, he's struggling. That's a tough pass. Sorry, I'm just watching here right now because that could have easily led to an error by Donnarumma. That's again, I think that's like the fifth long ball we played over the top. So Tom Brady showing up, who I believe is now an owner for Birmingham, if that sounds right. I could be mistaken. I don't know if he's 100% owner or just a part owner, but still, it's remarkable how a lot of these guys are now getting into the Premier League or English football, I should say. But anyways, it is Birmingham. Okay. I mean, I'm watching the game. I could Google search on my laptop, but I have it going live on YouTube here as well. But like I said, the wing backs you were just mentioning, I agree. This is what makes Chelsea so lethal. It's what makes PSG lethal. And what's Liverpool nowadays, you have to have almost your left back, your right back, and I would even say some of your center backs have to be able to push up, play out in the wings, and all those things. Que pasa con no hablo español, ich spreche Deutsch in English, but yeah, I don't speak any Spanish. I apologize here. That's a great punch out. Yes, well done. Oh boy, here we go. This is where we're seeing Pedro Neto with his pace on that left side. Play that ball. Play that ball. That is not the right decision by Neto. Not the right decision. Invite you to co-host with one other creator. I'm not going to co-host. I trying to do one thing at a time right now, so I don't want to miss out here. Thanks for the offer, but like I said, I'm gonna keep doing my own thing right now. Otherwise, you can translate TikTok. How do I translate that? Oh, translate. Thank you. What about the referee? Maybe he doesn't really like that his team PSG has been erased from the field. That could be. Yes, it does seem again the ref has made a few calls in favor of PSG so far this match, but I think I'm always biased when I'm talking about the ref. I feel like they're always against Chelsea when it comes to almost anything. I feel like Chelsea always has refs never going in their favor. And I'm sure I'm being blind to some of the games where Chelsea obviously had games where the ref was in their favor. But yeah, going back to the wing back / right back, left back. See, Mal Gusto's getting a yellow card. I don't know what's happening here. That's 3 yellow cards in the span of what? 10 minutes? 3 cards in 10 minutes. Like it's one thing to give a card out for a hard tackle and everything, but he's now dishing out cards because again, it's gonna be one of those things later on in this match. I guarantee you there's gonna be a foul that's gonna be controversial. It's gonna lead to a second yellow. Chelsea are gonna be down to 10 men. It's gonna open up this entire match, and then it's gonna come back. And like I said, it's gonna be very difficult for Chelsea then to withhold this lead. And again, maybe that's me being pessimistic on this right now. But like I said, we're seeing some iffy yellow cards going on right now. But yeah. So I keep wanting to talk about giving out card like a grandma giving candy. Yes, exactly. PSG offset pieces are actually pretty good this season. So this is a little worrisome. This is the first corner for PSG. I'm not sure what Vitinha is complaining about. They're doing a short pass. Yeah, because then they can whip the ball in from the outside. Oh, I see what they're trying to do there. Okay. They were trying to do a little overlapping run. Vitinha obviously doesn't have much option. This is a spot, though. If Chelsea can win the possession here, yeah, I'm not sure what he was thinking there. And just sit with the ball, Sanchez. Don't even pick it up. Just sit there and let them come to you. But I will talk about the right back, left back at some point here. Again, so much is happening right now. But we'll just talk about it because there shouldn't be much going on now with the last couple minutes. Having your right back, your left back, whoever you want to, and almost doing an inversion or inverted wing back makes a huge difference nowadays because it adds more depth into that midfield. Now, whether you want to change that midfield into a box or you want to just do a diamond, whatever you want to do with that midfield makes it so much easier. That is a lovely ball. Baby, let's go! João Pedro, what a ball by Cole Palmer. 3-0. 3-0. Let's go, baby. That ball, Cole Palmer, man of the match. I'm not sure what else can happen in this match, but Cole Palmer has to be man of the match already. 2 goals and assist. They are just absolutely tearing apart PSG right now. And when I say they, I mean Cole Palmer. My goodness, this is ridiculous. This is, again, a match. Most people were talking about how Chelsea didn't have a chance at all. And now we're seeing this. I was hearing 5-0. What about that? 5-0, maybe. I think it's still going to end. PSG, they're still going to score a goal. I have a feeling it's going to happen. I'm going to keep saying that so that way I don't jinx anything. But, oh, my goodness. What a chip. Oh, baby. That's what we're talking about. And Cole Palmer just playing the perfectly weighted pass to João Pedro because it has enough pace that Donnarumma has to come out, but it's not enough that, again, he can get to it quickly enough. And because he's coming out, it gives João Pedro time. Live will end in 5 minutes. We have detected inactivity during your current live. What do you mean inactivity? All right, there we go. It was trying to shut me down. I mean, a favor of PSG. Yeah, exactly. Donnarumma getting chipped though. That is lovely. You don't see that often. And again, this is something I did not expect. I mean, I predicted 3-2 for a final. So obviously anything can still happen from there. But with a roughly, I mean, there'll probably be an extra minute or two in stoppage time here. So it shouldn't be too much here. But it couldn't have been any better for Chelsea right now. PSG fraud checked. Yeah. Again, people, I don't think realize, again, it's not that PSG is a bet. That was a weird touch, but get that, Sanchez. Yeah. Good job. People don't realize how good this Chelsea team is. Like, again, they played in the Conference League, and it was due to Manchester United beating Manchester City 2 seasons ago, which then knocked them in the Conference League because they would have played in Europa League last year had City won the FA Cup 2 years ago, if I'm remembering rightly here. And I think Chelsea would have absolutely gone through to the final in Europa League as well. I mean, we saw Tottenham and Manchester United make it to the final. I think Chelsea were just unfortunate that they played in the Conference League, and people are writing them off because of that. So I'm looking at my live here on YouTube, and it's one of those things that obviously they walked through the Conference League too, and it's no surprise. I mean, the amount of money they obviously had dwarfed the entire competition, but even then, like, the players are just so good. We lost one game to Warsaw, which again, I know that was a tough loss because it was a game that we really shouldn't have lost. It's a tough challenge, but that's all right. 6 minutes. I didn't even see that. Jeez. Okay. I mean, 3 goals. Yeah. 6 minutes seems a little too much. I'm not going to lie. That seems heavy. There weren't any injuries. There weren't many delays. Oh, I think the water break does get added on, but still, the goal itself is roughly maybe 2 minutes. I would say 3 minutes max. It should have been, but you know what? We'll go 6 minutes. That's fine. I'm just kind of listening to what the other commentators are saying here because I'm just curious. But yeah, I mean, right now it's no surprise. I don't think Vitinha has gotten to this match at all, and this is what we were saying in the beginning of the live stream here, that to really beat PSG. Oh, that's poor communication right there by Trevor Chalba and think that was Colwell. Keep that. That's a. Oh, that was an interesting touch. Yeah, just play the ball. Um, what was I saying? I completely forgot what I was just talking about now. More time to score. Yeah, more time to score. Exactly. Oh, Vitinha, like he hasn't gotten much into this match right now, and that's really the life force or where PSG really control. That's like Sanchez with a beautiful save again. Not there was much pace on that, but that's a great save. Oh yeah, that's whew. Neves. That was a good header. I mean, there's just a little more pace on that. It's probably fine in the back of net, but that's a great save by Robert Sanchez. I think he has 3 saves right now, maybe 4, and all the saves have been. I mean, they've been great shots. So it's not like they've just been little rolling balls to him. So, but yeah, that came from the right wing, and that was a nice whipping ball in. But like I said, PSG just haven't been looking like themselves so far this match. So I'm kind of curious what's going to be said at half because obviously anything can happen after half. We've seen Liverpool versus AC Milan, great shutdown there on a Hakimi or a Kvaratskhelia. Um, João Pedro going to take that to the corner. I don't know if he's going to do something with it. Maybe stand him up. Yeah, you can beat him. Oh, that's not a foul. Okay, sure. Somehow that's not a foul, but whatever. I'm curious. Has PSG gotten a foul called on them yet? Because I don't think so. Sunday League semifinal in extra time just took a look shocked. Oh, my buddy's texting me because he was telling me he was 100% certain there's no way Chelsea could even score in this match, and he just realized what the score is right now. So yeah, he's going to be surprised how this game has gone so far when he turns it on. All right, we got roughly 2 minutes. I mean, I would be surprised if the ref somehow adds extra time. Oh, yes, Caicedo, yes. It's a, don't be. You're calling that a fall on Caicedo. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, how is that a fall on him? Caicedo, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Yeah, there we go. Chalaba is just putting in a shift today, and it's remarkable. I cannot believe the stuff that Chalaba went through last season. And again, just the amount of what Chelsea did to him, it's remarkable what this player has done for the club. Again, I don't understand why we were talking about even possibly selling this player. And I don't think we are now anymore. But at one point, we literally banished him to the team that was not going to play at all with Chilwell, Sterling, all those other players, sent them on loan to Crystal Palace, then yanked him back because we needed someone. The man just wants to play for Chelsea. Like he cares about Chelsea so much. And like obviously he's been putting in the shift every game he's played. I'm not even sure if he's put in the bad shift as well since coming back to Chelsea. And I understand there was the one issue he had, I think 2 years ago. He made a big mistake, but otherwise, the man is just getting better and better. I do believe him pairing with Colwell could really be the start of something new. And I understand we have Fofana, we have Shield, we have Tosin, but I think Chalaba and Colwell are the right pairing for us moving forward with the next season. And obviously, with Cucurella is going to be starting every match if he's fully fit. Reece James, same thing. But I am curious because with this match, we are seeing Reece James play in that midfield with Mal Gusto. This could be something we could see a lot. And I do believe Santos is going to get a shot to play a lot for Chelsea this upcoming season too, because Caicedo, Lavia, Enzo, Palmer, all these midfielders are definitely going to have some rotation going on. Oh, that is a beautiful touch. Just take it out, Kukral. Just oh. Okay. All right. That should be half right now. I can't imagine they're gonna play. All right. 3-0 at half. Something I wouldn't have thought I was seeing at half. I mean, we went into this. I would have been happy 0-0 at halftime, but we are right now sitting at 3-0. And it's a Cole Palmer show, which No surprise here. Palmer, 22nd, 30th, and the 43rd minute. I actually want to write those down. 22nd and the 60th, João Pedro. Um, man, João Pedro is just a beautiful signing for Chelsea. I know it was questionable at first with Liam Delap why we went for João Pedro, but we are witnessing in this tournament right now why we want a player such as his caliber, because he by himself can do things. He doesn't need players around him. And again, this is what I'm saying, that Liam Delap can do things as well, but he's more of a facilitator, Liam Delap, that he, again, needs a player around him to do some things. João Pedro literally can just get the ball to him. He can spin a defender. He can drive towards a defender. He can cut in. He can go out. He can do so much with the ball at his feet that's just ridiculous. And I don't understand why no other club was going for him. Like, if I was Arsenal, that would have been the perfect signing this season. Yet they are now getting linked to other strikers, and I understand they may want to go for one of those players. But the fact that João Pedro was on the market and they did not go for him is going to probably one of those mind-boggling, like future-wise, they look at and just wonder why they didn't go for him. Because think about, you had Saka, you had João Pedro, and I mean, I'm not sure if they're going to put Noni on that left side. They shouldn't, but they have Martinelli. Those three guys could definitely be something that would be very difficult to defend against. And Arsenal, I think, missed the opportunity to have something very good next season. And again, they're probably having a few other players that they want to bring in, but they should have signed João Pedro. And again, I'm more than happy that Chelsea were able to sign him. But like I said, this is going to be difficult for Jackson to get a whole lot of minutes this season, because again, he can play on the left side, but if you're thinking about our strikers, it's going to go Liam Delap, it's going to go João Pedro, or flip flop those two guys. Then you're looking at our wingers. It's going to go Neto first off on that left side. Right side, I think Cole Palmer will be more of our right winger this upcoming season. Now, is he a right winger? No, he should play more in the midfield. But I think the reason why we're going to put him on the right wing is because on our midfield, we're really going to stack our midfield this entire season. Because if we can keep Enzo Fernandez fully fit, we can keep Caicedo fully fit, which again, they should be fully fit, but Slavia, Santos, if those guys can fully fit all season long, we are going to be very difficult to beat. And obviously, our defense is pretty much locked up already if everyone stays fit too. And again, any injuries could obviously throw that off. And Robert Sanchez, I know, Dexter, you are thinking that he might be better now. I do think that, again, he brings it to what we need to have. And Enzo Maresca, I don't think is going to get enough credit for what he's done so far at Chelsea. But in just 1 year time, 2 finals, won the Conference League, on 45 minutes away from winning the Club World Cup in the 32-man stage now, because Chelsea obviously have won the Club World Cup before. They won it back in 2021 against Palmeiras. Is that right? Am I remembering that right? And we lost in 2013, though, to the Corinthians. So this would be our second Club World Cup title. Chelsea have won everything. So again, not that we haven't lifted every trophy already, but it's nice to always lift more trophies, because our current form, if we're looking at it, in the last 20 years, from 2012 and onwards, we have lost the last 6 finals. We're 2 of 9 in the finals. So obviously, if we win this one, we're 3 of 10, and it breaks a huge thing. Oh, actually, sorry, when I wrote this down, I didn't count in the Conference League. So we already have that one. But prior to the Conference League, we lost 6 in a row. So again, it's remarkable how poorly Chelsea have been in the finals as of lately. But obviously, it's a whole new era, new manager, new team, that if they win this, they're winning off back-to-back tournaments. And like I said, it gives them so much confidence going into next season that, like I said, Chelsea are going to be a hard team to beat. And their schedule for next season, Chelsea, it's actually set up quite well that they can pretty much, I think they can win the first, if I'm remembering correctly, the first 7 matches should all be wins. They can go off the first 7 matches. They have 21 points, and that's what they should have. You want to co-host? I'm not co-hosting with anyone today. I apologize. I may next time. Message me if you want to co-host. This is my first time doing a live for anything, so I don't want to mess anything up here. But future-wise, I plan on doing each and every Chelsea match for the upcoming Premier League. Obviously, they play during the middle of the week. I probably won't be able to because I'll be working. But Saturday, Sunday matches, I should be able to do live. So again, if you want to message me about doing some type of co-hosting, we can possibly set something up. But like I said, today I'm just going to do solo because I want to see how this all runs for myself, and I do it on YouTube as well. So we're having a live YouTube video here as well. I'm not sure if that does co-hosting or not. I know obviously TikTok does, but I'm curious with everyone in here right now, just what are your thoughts on the match so far? What are your takeaways? What do you expect in the second half? Because, like I said, there's a lot that can happen in the next 45 minutes. I mean, obviously, Luis Enrique can say a bunch of stuff to the PSG team in the locker room. They can come out and just absolutely smash it. I would not be surprised if they come out and score a quick goal. Obviously, Enzo Maresca is going to be talking and things that they need to be doing tactic wise too. And we may make one change. The only change I would recommend, and I'm not sure if we're going to make that change, and I would say take out Malagusto because of the yellow card, take him off, bring in Santos, slot Reece James back in the right back position, move Santos into that midfield would be the most sense right now. Otherwise, I think we keep everyone else out there. Obviously, talk to Neto, be smart with the ball, don't make any terrible mistakes or tackles because obviously one stupid tackle could see him getting a second yellow card. So, like I said, I think the only change we see here would be again Malagusta coming off. Caicedo, we cannot take him off. He has to play the full match. He just has to be smart. And I think he's a smart player too. So again, shouldn't have to worry about him too much. But he does make those tackles that could be questionable under the ref. And like I said, the ref by itself could just be, you know what, that was a hard tackle, second yellow card for Caicedo. And obviously, if that happens, that's a whole different game change here. And I guess is this Pitbull? So I didn't even realize there was a live show going on because we've been talking here. But I guess who is this performing? I'm just so confused here. I didn't realize there's gonna be a performance, and I'm also confused then too because that is a section of the field or the stadium that they obviously had to keep off from everyone else. So that just seems unfair. Why would you not have the performance on the pitch? Like, why is it up in the stadium? That's at least 1,000 seats that they just closed off to anyone so they could perform this halftime show. I'm just I'm not a fan of halftime shows in football. I don't understand why there's halftime shows. There really should never be. It should literally be I like want to see what other people are thinking about the game. I want to see some of the pundits talk about this match, but right now they're doing some type of live music. So again, I'm gonna look over at my screen here because I'm kind of curious. I want to see some stuff. So hopefully this doesn't mess up my YouTube live here. If it does, I do apologize to anyone watching on here. But like I said, this is one of those things that I want to look at some of the stats, and I'm obviously not caring about who's singing here. Chelsea versus PSG. I'm gonna change this. Club World Cup final. Chelsea versus PSG match. Just changing, something here. But do you think they can come back? Do I think PSG can come back? Yes, I do think they can come back. Do I hope they do? Obviously not. I do think the next goal makes a big difference. So obviously, you can always say that about any goals. If Chelsea do come out scoring the goal, so it goes up 4-0, I think they kill the game off from there. But PSG coming out scoring goal in the first 5-10 minutes, I think will put some pressure on Chelsea. Granted, it shouldn't put too much pressure, but they will give more confidence to PSG. I'm curious what the PSG obviously have to make changes this half. They cannot come back in the second half and play what they just played. So they obviously have to make some change. I don't know who they're going to take off. Barcola, I think, could come on. I just don't know who they're going to take off because when you look at the PSG team, they've been so well with this almost starting 11 because obviously Paco is out due to suspension. So again, there's a few players that they would hope to have in, but they can. But otherwise, like Luis Enrique has looked at this and be like, these are my best players. But sometimes when you look at your best players, you have to realize, like, you know what? This team that we're playing against have figured out how to match up. We have to throw something else, like a monkey wrench into this system and figure out maybe that can throw something into it. I do think what they have to really do, if they think about it, they have to drop another man into the midfield. It's, again, a game where the midfield right now has been kind of dominated by Chelsea. Really, PSG have only been playing the ball out on the outsides. And like I said, Chelsea want that. they could care less if you keep playing the ball on the outside, because when you do that, they can constantly keep clearing the ball. If they haven't even played many crosses in, I think they played like 2 balls. But like I said, our defenders can easily win those balls. I mean, Chalaba, Colwell, Cucurella, Reece James, they're all great aerial wise. Malagusto is the only one that we struggle with when it comes to aerial duels. But like I said, he is a guy that now is getting covered with Reece James, because having 2 right backs out there, it's not as worrisome. But that is one of the key factors that PSG could still kind of hit on. Again, when you play the ball over the top, over to Mal Gusto, typically he doesn't win that ball. Then they usually head it back. And then that's usually when Chelsea do give up a lot of goals. If you watch them last season, a lot of our matches that we, again, conceded off set pieces, off of crosses, came off from the right side, swinging into the left side where Mal Gusto was, and the ball getting pinged back. So like I said, that is one way PSG could get back in this. The only thing is the team that they have, when I'm looking at them, they don't really have an aerial threat. So this is one of the problems that PSG, I think, do struggle with. And this is why I think Arsenal did quite well against PSG. And obviously, they still lost them. But really, when you look at aerial threats, Arsenal are way better in the air than PSG. Now, granted, they still have players that can win the ball. But like I said, this is one of the areas that they struggle with. And like I said, if we are looking at, they do need to make some changes. I don't know who they put in the midfield, though. So again, that's where, like I said, they may need to make a few changes, though. Let's see here. Do you think so? Do I think they come back? I don't want to eat my words here, but I don't think they come back. I think the game might be out of reach because, again, I think Chelsea really might go more defensively, which they shouldn't. This is one of the things I hate when teams are up 3-0. Again, it's one of the worst spots to be. We've seen so many teams lose or teams come back from being down 3-0. And the reason why I hate when we go defensively, because then it just invites PSG. Like if we sit back, obviously PSG are going to keep rolling, keep attacking. Sooner or later, they're going to find ways to break down the defense. The defense can only do so much for so long, and Robert Sanchez can only save so many shots. And so again, if they keep attacking PSG, it's one of those things. You really had Chelsea winning. Yes, I actually had Chelsea. I was predicting Chelsea to win about 3 weeks ago. I had a feeling they were going to make it to the final, which again, it was one of those things people thought was delusional. But like I said, it's one of those I had a lot of faith with them. And like I said, they've been doing quite well for the most part. Just got the number 2 bad. Chelsea, very strong team. Yes, Chelsea are a very strong team, and they're a very young team. This is the thing. Like, again, I've been talking about this before. So if you've been here for a while, it was paying good 410 plus. I don't know what that means, but the betting, I can believe that. I wish I mean, I'm not a betting man, so I would never put money on a game, even though again, I thought about it, but I never have. Just it's one of those things that I just enjoy, and I feel like that would ruin me enjoying the sport if I put money on a match, because obviously I'm looking for outcomes, and it just I think takes away from the fun of it. But you never know. When you bet $100 in Chelsea, you got 500 back. That's not bad. But had you been wrong, that's $100 down the drain. So it is what it is. I'm not going to say betting's bad. It's just not for me because, like I said, I feel like I would lose my enjoyment. I enjoy watching not just Chelsea, but watching football matches. It's like chess. And again, I know Pep's talked about this before, but watching how players move, how managers pick and choose their teams, how different players move up and down the pitch. And then obviously we're going to see some substitutions coming in. Some of the people that just walked in, I think we're going to see Santos come in for Mal Gusto. Do I think that could possibly happen? I think so, because like I said, we have to change this around a little bit. And that would take pressure off Caicedo as well. But like I said, Chelsea now having 3 yellow card players out there, I think you're taking the chance of leaving all 3 on the pitch, especially because when they go in the half, I think PSG are going to be talking about attacking this player, because they're on the yellow card. Because if you attack those players, they pick up a stupid foul. And all of a sudden, like I said, you give the ref a chance to actually give another yellow card. It, again, opens the door wide open. If Chelsea go down 10 men, it's going to be a whole different match because then obviously PSG can do whatever they want to. PSG lose 4-1, possibly. I have a hard time believing Chelsea score again, but like I said, Chelsea now, like I said, yeah, I agree. I just lost my enjoyment betting on PSG. Yeah, I can believe. Yeah, I mean, you never know. The game could come back, but like I said, putting money on a game, like I said, it sometimes ruins it. And obviously, there's ways you can bet on matches and stuff like that. But like I said, I have not done it because all my friends that do it, they like you just see how much they like care about one outcome of a match. They're looking for a certain goal scoring outcome. And I'm like, I just want to see my team win. I don't care what the outcome is. If they get all 3 points, they lift the trophy, whatever happens, I'm happy that they win. So again, having like something tied to it just makes me not enjoy it as much. It's happening right now. Rarely badge. What's happening right now? It's the Cole Palmer show, and right now they're doing. Yeah, I don't know what's going on right now with this live. I honestly stopped watching right now. I've been looking at the camera, talking. They're selling the match, bro. You think PSG selling the match? Maybe. But again, sorry. I'm just listening to what's actually being sung here. I don't know who is performing right now. I have absolutely no idea what's happening right here. Um, Fair PSG ain't making a comeback. Their defense is bad, passing bad. It's shocking though because like I know you just said their defense has been bad. Their defense this entire tournament have only led one goal. Donnarumma this past season only gave up 21 goals in the entire French league. Like this back line of four and the goalkeeper, it's remarkable how good they have been. And the fact that now Chelsea have already put in three past them in the first half. Like if this was the end of the match, it was 3-0, it'd be like, okay, Chelsea took their opportunities, their chances. The fact it's 3-0 at half is remarkable. And you could argue it could be four. Like Cole Palmer, before all the goals came through, had an absolute beautiful chance that again, João Pedro played the ball back to him and just was on the opposite side of the post. What is this sports? I mean, like I said, I'm not going to be doing any. I'm going to be enjoying this cup of coffee, but also enjoying the match itself. But going back to what we're saying about PSG, something with their defense. The big problem there with their defense, though, too. Obviously, Beraldo had to start because of suspension. I think that is one of the big issues for PSG today because obviously, again, when you don't have your preferred back line, and yes, I understand players can play up and play how you want them to play. They obviously should. They've been at the squad for so long. They know the system. They know what the manager wants. But like I said, when you have different players coming in, sliding in, and teams know what to expect, they know what to exploit. And obviously, they've been seeing different things they've been watching on film or different highlights of PSG. There's certain things that Chelsea right now have been doing to really break down PSG's defense. And one of the things I'm surprised because I would have thought Mendes would not have been the key factor to really drive the ball at because what he's done all season long has been remarkable. But this is what they actually have done to Mendes. And again, I'm not sure why I haven't noticed this, but Mendes, if you're dribbling towards him, he's a great defender. But for some reason, if you're playing the ball over the top of him, he struggles, or at least he's struggling today for some reason. Like anytime the ball has been played over the top, whether it's Robert Sanchez, whether it's been Enzo, Caicedo, who's ever playing the ball, they're playing a curling ball over the top of Mendes, and he's been struggling to defend this. And anytime we've been trying to dribble through him, he's pretty much done well, minus the one opportunity that Chelsea did take advantage of. But anytime they've been trying to break down PSG, it's been literally playing the ball over to the left side, over the top of him, and João Pedro running onto it, Cole Palmer running onto it. I could even see Pedro Neto swapping sides at one point and actually attacking the right side of Neto or Mendes because of what Neto brings to this whole entire squad. But what we are seeing though too is that Hakimi is pushing up quite a bit. I've never been this happy since the UEFA Champions 2020, but we still shouldn't get ahead of ourselves. Yeah, it's remarkable what is going on here. Just looking at everyone else right here. Chelsea, yes, yes, yes. Your Chelsea are winning World Cup. Yeah, there's a possibility this is the second time we win the Club World Cup in a very short time span, which again, this is a big trophy to win. Not that it wasn't last time, but obviously the criteria has changed with so many more players and teams in it now. It means something a little bit more. Having a badge on your jersey for the next 4 years, getting invited to it next time around because you won it is a huge implication because it helps financial wise, which I hate to say because obviously the financial aspect I think has ruined football in general because people now just look at players as money, like how much are they going to bring in, how much are we paying weekly, are there bonuses, how much are they going out, what's the profit, what's the losses. Again, it does bring an aspect to the game itself, but like I said, it's one of the things that I wish was kind of tucked away for the most part. And I don't mean that to be like it should be something that we shouldn't care about because obviously you don't want just a team to come in and spend a bunch of money, which I know I'm calling Chelsea what they've done before because we obviously have spent money before. But like I said, it's just remarkable. They're showing the highlights right now. Sorry, I'm just watching Cole Palmer just slot the ball home. That is such a beautiful goal there. 80% of live goals is complete. Celebrate the moment. Thanks. What is this? So we hit 5 roses. Oh, thank you. I'm so sorry if I missed you guys sending me roses. I didn't realize I was getting roses here. So this is my first time. I mean, I did a live last night, and I know I had some people like come and watch me and everything, but I've never actually done a live for this long for the entire. So I don't even know what a rose does, and I didn't even realize I was getting these. So thank you very much, by the way. Sent roses. You sent me 7, man. Oh, geez. Thank you very much. I don't know what a rose does. I have no clue what it actually does. I know people talk about getting stuff. I don't know what it does. So thank you very much. We are on the channel to break 10K at some point. It's obviously each and every match for Chelsea. So anyone's hopping in, we'll be doing Chelsea matches. And again, this is something that we want to do each and every match. But obviously, we're going to be here for the next at least 45 minutes, if not for another 90 minutes, because we probably are going to break this match down. We have our notes here, obviously, and we're going to be talking about what's going on in this match. But one of the key factors is obviously Cole Palmer and what this man does in a final, because he is remarkable when it comes to a final. When we look at Cole Palmer, it's honestly laughable at Manchester City. And it's just, again, I laugh at because Manchester City had the perfect player to step into the role for Kevin De Bruyne. They had the guy right there, but didn't want to give him time last year. And because of that, Chelsea reaped the benefits of it. And it's been remarkable what we saw, or sorry, 2 seasons ago now, but it's been remarkable what Cole Palmer has been able to do, not just for Chelsea, but even for England. I mean, scoring in the Euros final, this man is something that is just, again, remarkable that we were able to get him. And then we obviously have him for a long time. And this squad of Chelsea, so young that this team can constantly keep going on and just do what they've been doing. And this right now is a testament to that. They obviously are showing their worth against PSG. People wrote them off, and obviously they are just showing what they can do. And like I said, second half is about to kick off. I don't know if I actually saw any changes. So let me know if there were any changes as we were talking here, because I am curious if PSG made any changes. I think Chelsea should have made one, but I don't know if they did or not. But like I said, right now you can see how much. Oh yeah, exactly. Paco means a lot to PSG. So the fact that he was suspended, I mean, the red card he got in the Bayern game, it's just one of those things you don't think about, like how big that can affect your squad. And like I said, it's one of those things. Things happen, but still, it's a huge difference. Like for us too, like if Colwell would have been out for this match, I think we would have completely struggled this entire final because Colwell is one of our rock solid defenders. And yes, I know Cucurella is obviously rock solid. Reece James is rock solid. But like I said, when your like best center back is out, it's like Liverpool. If they didn't have Virgil van Dijk, or when they lost Virgil van Dijk to that injury, I don't know how many years ago that was, it's a huge difference. You're like one of your leaders, it doesn't even have to be your captain. The guy that really is facilitating, communicating with your back line, telling them where they should be. If you don't have that general there, your team is going to struggle. Cole Palmer, Ballon d'Or, I don't know about that. Cole Palmer is going to win a Ballon d'Or. I'm going to say that as of right now. He has a possibility. Sorry, I'm not co-hosting anything today. We are doing lives almost every Chelsea match. So again, just letting you know. How do I change that? There we go. So Cole Palmer, I do believe, has the opportunity to win a Ballon d'Or this year. I think, despite how this final goes for Dembele, I do believe he's the man that should be winning the Ballon d'Or. I don't care what you think about how the rest of the season goes for him or how the season went for him. The man just deserves what he did all season long. And I understand you could throw. I think Hakimi is another player that could obviously win the Ballon d'Or, but anyone from PSG, I think, has potential. Now, you could also look at Barcelona and some of their players as well. But like I said, 4-3 cooking up. Let's go Blues. Yes, this is a match for Chelsea right now. We are about to kick off here, and they're doing their honorable kick the ball, put them in defense. So we've seen PSG do this time and time again throughout this entire tournament. It's not surprising. They kick the ball very long, and now they're trying to pin Chelsea. And again, this is not surprising at all. But this is something, like I said, we might see Chelsea struggle trying to get the ball out from right now. So they're just going to, clear the ball out. Let PSG just start with the ball back in their own half. Smart move. We don't want to try to play from the back. This is where teams struggle for the most part. Park the bus is half. No, do not park the bus. Do absolutely not park the bus. That Chelsea will regret if they park the bus. They have to, again, keep their attack on. And Cole Palmer, that's a bad touch. So I'm looking right now if they made any subs here. So Reece James, Caicedo still in the midfield. Neto, Fernandez, Palmer. And yeah, so Chelsea didn't make any changes with the 4-2-3-1, which again, I would have thought maybe we would have made a change there, but we did not, surprisingly. And then I'm just looking at PSG here too. Think PSG can make a comeback? I don't know if PSG can make a comeback. This might be too difficult, but I wouldn't put it past them. And this might be an opportunity for them to score very quickly. This does not look good. That there we go, Robert Sanchez. Yes, beautiful. Been loving Chelsea pressure so far. Yes, this is what I'm saying. You do not want to take. So if you park the bus, you allow PSG to pretty much come knocking on the door time and time again. And eventually what's going to happen is they are going to unlock that door and score a goal. And then all of a sudden, now you start questioning, should we then attack more? Should we defend more? And all of a sudden, this is where teams then start struggling. They feel the pressure. They let up a second goal. Now the momentum has changed. And all of a sudden, PSG feel like they're only one goal away. They tie it back up 3-3, and then anything can happen. So like I said, keep attacking, which, again, I think a lot of teams think, why would you keep attacking? But the first 45 minutes, we saw Chelsea do so well. Why would you change tactics here? And that's that could have been close there. All right, we're good there. Sanchez did fumble a little bit there, which I know, Dexter, I'm not sure you're still here. That could have been a huge moment for me to swallow my words on Robert Sanchez, who, again, if you are new here, yeah, I'm not sure what Robert Sanchez is doing there. If you are new here, I do believe Robert Sanchez is the right goalkeeper for Chelsea this upcoming season. So, like I said, I think he has the capability of being the number one for Chelsea and moving forward here. PSG got momentum this half, yeah. Oh, man, I have coffee here, and I wish I would have gotten a bottle of water during half because I talked way too much, and now I got this like hoarseness in my voice, which is totally fine. I'm more than happy that I got to work the vocal cords to talk for 90 plus minutes. Obviously, we talked for more than 90 plus because we talked during half, and there was some crazy live show going on. But yes, that's a great ball. João Pedro just doing his thing. Oh, he's off. Just rewinding that right there. If Caicedo would have played that heavier, and I think that was Enzo who was making that run, that would have been a beautiful ball. But again, it wasn't played heavy enough. All right, there we go. All right. So what Chelsea need to do right now, they really just need to, again, I thought PSG was supposed to be killing. Yeah, everyone thought PSG. What Chelsea need to do, though, is really right now just allow themselves to play how they want to. Just possession based right now for the next, I would say 15 minutes, because PSG will get frustrated. The more frustrated PSG get, the more they're going to have issues of doing what they want to do. And like I said, as they start pushing up higher, this is again where Chelsea can just sit back, act like a spring, and then just counterattack them very quickly. And again, Neto can easily do that. João Pedro, we've seen him do it in this match already. Cole Palmer, and then again, we bring other players on, can make a huge difference in this match. But like I said, we just have to frustrate them a little bit longer, and sooner or later, they just don't know what they're going to do. And that's a cross in by Cole Palmer. It's a good idea, but I feel like we shouldn't have been whipping the ball from that far. And we're just sitting here waiting now. But yeah, let's be honest. Dembele never deserves the bounce. You don't think Dembele deserves the bounce? Why not? Again, if you watch the player, he's such a good player. Cole should have got that. And we talked about this in the first half in that goal, because when Cole Palmer scores his goal, he does a little shimmy. And that shimmy, again, opens a channel of space for him. But the player running past him was Malo Gusto. That is a stat you will never see. And the fact is that, again, that's something you don't see all the time. And Dembele does things off the ball and on the ball that don't lead to a goal or assist, even though, again, it does open the channel up for PSG to score goals. It's one of those things you kind of have to watch what's happening off the ball. And like I said, a lot of times your stats won't show anything like that. And Dembele is one of those guys that he is so creative, again, to breaking down and unlocking defenses. That again, that's beautiful. Vitinha, this is what we're saying too. Cucurella, beautiful tackle, beautiful interception by Cucurella right there. But like I said, he's a guy that really is a guy that they try to facilitate the ball to. And obviously Vitinha is the other guy they try to do all the time. But Dembele, they'll try and work the ball to him. And like I said, he's able to do stuff with the ball that a lot of players cannot do here for the most part. No, Messi had the best. Hazard in the best body feint shimmy. Yeah. Oh, Aiden Hazard, the body shimmies that man would do were ridiculous. I'm going to say Messi was still better at it, but Aiden Hazard could make a man walk a mile the wrong direction by shifting his hips in different directions. It's remarkable how, again, not doing anything with the ball with at your feet, but literally just doing a little shimmy makes a huge difference. Yeah, I know, Dexter. You've been here the entire time, Dexter. So thank you for sticking around. But obviously, yeah, we're seeing a lot of people come and go here for the most part. This is a big match, though. And like I said, Chelsea really are right now on their back foot. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that's a beautiful save from Robert Sanchez. That's what we're talking about. This is why this man is the number one keeper for Chelsea. I think that is a huge save. That right there could have been a huge thing for Chelsea had that gone in for PSG. But right now, that is a huge save. Absolutely huge save for Robert Sanchez. And I don't know how they do not find the back of the net here. And he's onside. Yeah, because Colwell made the mistake there. And beautiful, beautiful shot stopper. This is why, again, Sanchez is playing extremely well today. Sanchez plays extremely well almost every match. It's the errors that people show highlights on. And like I said, sometimes those highlights are, or the errors are just so obvious. But there are so many things that Robert Sanchez does throughout the entire match, which is remarkable. All right. And that, like I said, that could have just killed the game off too, because I think PSG are looking at this. It's one of those times when you just know if you can't score goals, you're like, it's just today's not the day. And that might be the case for PSG now after that save, because after a save like that, and they had another chance in the first half that Cucurella stopped, and just, again, they really are struggling to find the back of net in this match right now. 4-0 Sanchez playing, Robert. He is not the best at position. I'll give you that. His positioning is not great. That is true. But like I said, any keeper right now is going to have weaknesses, and obviously they're going to accelerate other things. But his shot stopping is one of the best. I think he was number 1 or number 2 this past year in the Premier League. And again, that does come down to your defense as well, because if your defense is playing really well, you do not have to rely on your keeper as much. And like I said, that's one of those things. That's a foul, is it not? That's not a foul. We talked about this earlier. I think the ref is definitely rooting for PSG here. I think the ref may have had some money on the line here for PSG, because there's multiple times that it looks like it's a foul on PSG and nothing's getting called. And I'm kind of curious if Enzo's okay on that one, because it looked like he took studs to the calf there. They're going to take some time, I think, to look at that one. But yeah, here we go. I checked it. It was 10 minutes ago. Wait, what was 10 minutes ago? Sorry, if I miss anything, I am sorry. Let's give a shout at Chelsea. Energy. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. He's the best at positioning. All right, we're just going back here a little bit. Yeah, it can't end like this. It might end like this. Yeah, and whoever said with Aiden Hazard, the man could just dribble. And this is why I know there's a debate with Salah and Aiden Hazard. But again, it's just two different players, yet still very similar players. And obviously, people are always going to compare players whenever they can. And Aiden Hazard, just on his day, was so phenomenal watching him play that he could just turn anything, absolutely anything, into something. The guy could literally just take a game by himself and absolutely dominate. João Pedro, little shimmy, and that's a pull down. You were not calling that. The ref saying that's not foul. He might be right. I don't know though. That should be reviewed at least. VAR question mark. We'll see in a little bit. It looked like maybe it was a foul outside the box, so I guess VAR probably can't do anything about that. And Luis Enrique wants a yellow card for him though for diving, maybe. So we'll see about that. Oh, man, if we could have done something right there, João Pedro could have turned that into something too. That would have been massive. Here we go. That's a big win. What in the world is going on here? PSG, like, they are doing something. It looks like they are just trying to get cards for players right now. Bro, that goal against Arsenal from half is remarkable. Yeah. I don't know how many times I've watched that goal by Hazard. It's one of those that, again, I'll watch for the rest of my life. Just the spin, the run, the little, again, just like chops it at the end to get over the keeper, which again is just one of those goals that if you're a part of it as an Arsenal player, you obviously are going to remember for the rest of your life being like, I can't believe that happened to not just me, but the rest of the defense for Arsenal. It's again remarkable. Play that through ball. Play that through ball. Oh, it's too late. I mean, granted, we can still do something with it, but there was so much more space on that one. And yeah, now we're seeing so Chelsea are taking it a little slower, but PSG right now, high press, absolutely high press on this because this is something they need. Oh, those are some poor passes. Those are really poor passes. And that's I would say if you're not going to call that, that's remarkable. He's just getting absolutely abused out there. Enzo Fernandez. That's another bad foul. And Akimi is talking about how is this a foul? It's yeah. Colwell's coming up to him saying how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, it's remarkable. Look at he's pulling the jersey down on that. I've seen that foul given. I've seen that PK given before. And that's I mean, if that got called, I don't think people would have been saying that's not a penalty, but I remember seeing that live. He was my favorite. Yeah. I mean, my favorite Chelsea player, and again, not that he was there too long, and it's more of my favorite player ever is Michael Ballack. But I loved watching him play, but obviously Aiden Hazard was just always fun to watch. But Joe Cole as well. There's so many players that Chelsea have come through the years that again, it's just been remarkable and fun to watch. We've been missing it as of lately, but I think this season we're going to start seeing some of that flair style again. I think the Pep Guardiola tactician of just passing the ball back and playing the ball around possession wise is starting to die off, which is great because it's been so boring. A lot more teams, I think, are going to play a lot more flair. And even Pep's actually going to that as well. With we've seen the likes of Doku and Savino and Marmoush, and I'm trying to think who else they just picked up. But it's one of those that we're going to start seeing a lot more, I think, creativity from the wingers, which is what we used to see back in the day. Lampard, Diego Costa, Drogba, yeah, all great players. Bear down. I don't know what that. Go Chelsea. Go Pack. Go too. Packer fan. I say I'm originally from the Wisconsin, so again, I'm going to say go Pack. Go. But yeah, what was I saying about? Oh yeah, the flair players. It's something that's been missing for a super long time. Two set Patriots vibe. You're saying PSG is the 2007 Patriots vibe? Yeah, possibly. Granted, I would say this doesn't have as much weight to it as the Champions League, and the fact that they won the Champions League, I think, is something that already speaks volume for how good this PSG team was. They won the quadruple this season, so the fact though that that's a ball and a half, play it across, play it. Oh, Enzo's there too, all by himself on that left side. If we could just got that ball, I would say right now in this half, we haven't seen much from Chelsea attacking wise. I mean, we've had a few chances here, and when I say chances, nothing's been crazy. Did he get a hand on that? That's a great save. Then I didn't know if that was wide. If I want to see this in replay here. Oh, that's a beautiful strike. That wow, it's a great save too. I thought it was wide first. Yeah, Enzo, man, it's a shame. Enzo Fernandez was just getting beat up this game, and I think he might be done today. And that's a hamstring injury, possibly, which that's not good. Santos is probably the guy that's going to come on for him. Man, that's going to be rough because we talked about earlier too. João Pedro, my goodness, that's a way to go. That was close. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect this. Yeah, I don't think anyone expect this. João Pedro as our forward. Wow. Yeah, who we bringing on here? Yeah, Santos coming on. No surprise there. But like I said, it's a shame because obviously Caicedo, Neto, Malgusto are still on the pitch with a yellow card. Hopefully, it's not a major injury. I do want to write that down as well. That he didn't pick up a major injury there, but that could affect him beginning of the season. So, hamstring injury. But you know what? This might be a great time for Santos to really show his worth. Yeah, he's stretching. That's not good. My three favorite players for the Blues: Tammy Abram, Nazar, John Terry. Okay, I'll give you that. Mine might be controversial here. So again, my three favorite players: Michael Ballack, Gary Cahill, and Fernando Torres, which I do believe is on the back of this jersey. Yeah, we got my Torres jersey on today, which I understand. I know how it went for Torres. It wasn't the best at Chelsea, but still love him as a player, and I don't care. I was happy he played for Chelsea. Just one of those guys. Obviously, wish it would have went better for him at Chelsea, but literally won everything minus the Premier League. The fact they won the Champions League, Europa League, FA Cup. I think he won a League Cup, if I'm not mistaken, as well. Won the Euros twice, won the World Cup. Still had a phenomenal career despite having some setbacks due to injuries. But yeah, um, there we go. So I'm just seeing what else is going on here. He just got 3 gift badges. So curious what you guys think as well, how this game has been going on. We got 30 minutes roughly. I mean, I'm sure there'll be some stoppage time here yet, but Chelsea obviously are playing just out of their minds right now. And I didn't see, I'm going to watch here a little bit because I didn't see exactly how we're setting up Santos. Santos is playing up higher, which, okay, so that is a beautiful ball over the top again, Cole Palmer. Oh, he's letting the ball just hang there. And okay. Let go. Wow. Watching, oh my goodness. Yeah, no surprise there. Whoa, oh, come on. Yeah, and say if he doesn't get a card for that, that's ridiculous. He just shoved Cole Palmer for no apparent, I mean, not apparent reason, but the fact he just shoved Cole Palmer there, yeah, he's not getting a yellow card for that. Come on, ref. But made 2 goals already. Sorry if I missed anything. Defense is too good right now, and everyone thought Chelsea was going to lose. Yeah, Palmer's overrated. I don't know how you can say Palmer's overrated. The man, again, you look at last season for Cole Palmer, he obviously did a phenomenal job last season. Did he fall off in the middle of the season? Yes. I'm not going to disagree with that. But the fact that he still had the most, most goals and assists for a midfielder in the Premier League, we're not counting any other tournaments, because obviously I know Bruno Fernandes had more if you count everything. But in the Premier League by itself, he had the most goals assists for a midfielder. And again, it's just one of those things that somehow he still doesn't make the team of the season because of that, or again, gets any compliments. Okay, again, this should be a yellow card by Hakimi here, but we're not going to see anything there, I'm sure, because it's Hakimi. He's stopping the run and play there because, yeah, I'm not sure. There has to be something going on that they're not getting any yellow cards. 2 goals. They mad. Yeah, I don't know. It's remarkable that PSG have not gotten a single yellow card in this match yet. And I don't know, like, there's been a few falls that could easily been a yellow card too. I'm just writing it down as well. Yellow card. Let's see here. They mad. Let's go with Chelsea. Yeah. Santos, okay, looking so good. Oh, this could be an opportunity. There's no one. Mal Gusto, you really shouldn't be crossing that ball. Yes. Okay. All right. Just take the time. Just overlap that Neto. Yeah. There we go. And then Mal Gusto, that's not a smart decision. That's not a smart decision at all. Especially he's not left-footed. If he's left-footed, I understand. Can you mention the Logan Paul Japan incident just to bring awareness? I have no idea what happened, so I cannot. I don't follow him at all. I barely know anything about him, so I'm sorry. I'm a guy that loves football, that watches Chelsea day in and day out, and that's about all I do online. So anything else happens, I'm sorry, I'm not your guy to know what's going on. Chelsea breaking the script, yes. Betting my car note on Chelsea. Hopefully, you have a nice car. If it's a beater, you might not be getting much for it. A $1 billion team looking good. I understand where the $1 billion comes from, but it's not really a $1 billion team, because if you think about it, since Todd Bowley and Clear Lake have taken over, they've almost sold $1 billion in profit. And again, I know we've sold the hotels and stuff like that, but player wise too, we've sold almost 800 million. And the fact is that leaves us around like what 600 million that we've actually bought. And yes, I understand that's still saying that we bought this much. But like I said, Chelsea sells so well that they don't get enough credit for it sometimes. And it's remarkable because we just sold Noni to Arsenal for I think 50 million plus add-ons. I'm not sure the exact total what it's coming to. Sold Kepa for 5, which again, that's great money worth. Then we also sold or about to sell Petrovic. And I gotta assume Chilwell's on his way out. I gotta assume Sterling's on his way out. So Chelsea, by the end of this transfer window, could literally sell easily over 150 million, if not more. And that's just to being generous, because obviously there are some academy players that we could easily sell as well, and it's pure profit. And yes, I understand there's some players I wish we had sold, but it's a business when it comes down to it. So again, when players also leave for more money, I understand it doesn't feel good, but like Mason Mount, I understand he's gotten the hate for what he did, but it's one of those things. If he were to get injured and all of a sudden his contract was running up, Chelsea wouldn't do anything for him. So again, he's looking for himself first. And again, it's not surprising there for the most part. Getting back on the match though, João Pedro is getting subbed off here. I believe Liam Delop is coming on. I didn't see the numbers. Yeah. Liam Delop's coming on. This is going to actually be a huge game changer as well. What's the score right now? Score is 3-0. I think Liam Delop makes a huge difference here. It feels good to be a world champion. And don't say it just yet. They should sub in Pulisic and Conte. No. Pulisic, I'm glad he's gone, even though being American, cheering for Americans, I think it was a right decision for Pulisic to make his way to AC Milan. I just think it's one of those, here we go. Liam Delop driving at the team, just hit the ball. Whoa! This is what I'm saying. Liam Delop can also do different things than what João Pedro can do. That is a beautiful save, though. You got to give it to Donnarumma on that save. But this is what I'm saying. Chelsea's attacking third now is lethal. It's absolutely lethal now. And yet, despite the age, it does not matter. Like, this is going to make fun competition for the Chelsea side. Nice save by Don. Yeah. That's a beautiful save. If that's an inch higher, I think that's in the back of the net. Now, granted, obviously, you can say about a lot of shots that happen throughout matches, but I love Liam Delop just literally came out and he's just not taking anything from PSG. Look at this. He is going in and flustering PSG players. This is what you love to see. It definitely reminds me of Diego Costa. Now, did I hate playing against Diego Costa? Obviously. Did I hate playing against Liam Delop? Yes. So I'm so happy he's our player now because now he can frustrate other teams. And he's one of the only players I think that Chelsea have on our squad that literally could actually hold his own. Like, again, I understand we have other players that could easily, if they were to get in a fight and everything, which I hope we obviously don't get into fights or anything, but he can easily go up to another player and literally hold his own for the most part. And this is what makes him so good because any defender trying to bully him off the ball, they're not going to be able to do it. Not going to do it at all. And he's so young yet that like his ceiling is so much higher yet that Chelsea buying him at this age, it's going to go so much higher. I hated Diego Costa, but loved when he was with us. Yes, it is exactly. I mean, watching Diego Costa play against us before we signed him, I absolutely hated him. Hated him. Did I love him as, what's going on here? Oh, it's a coolant break. Okay. I thought, hopefully Reece James is not hurt. I see him on the ground right now, but maybe it's just, he knows it's a coolant break. He's just taking his time. But yeah, playing against Diego Costa was just frustrating because you knew he was always trying to get in defenders' heads. And when you get in defenders' head, they are going to make mistakes. Easy, clear mistakes. Whether that leads to a goal, a penalty, a foul, it can lead to anything. And that opens the door for all of the other teams to do what they want to do then. Because if you know how to get inside a player's head, it just throws them off. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're confident or you have someone throwing you off in a match, it makes a huge difference. And I think Liam Delop can be that guy for us to do that, to go on and, like I said, just start not caring what other players are doing, literally just kind of shouldering people, pushing them around. Again, it's not, I want to say it's not right, not illegal, because obviously you could get people that are going to be like, well, it's not the sport of the match. You need your bruisers in your team. And like I said, Liam Delop is that guy for us. And it's more difficult because had Diego Costa played for us during VAR, I think he would have been sent off a handful of times, or even just his entire career. VAR was set at the beginning of Diego Costa starting to play football. I don't think he would have been the player he was that he is today. But that being said, Liam Delap obviously has to work around that, and he knows what he's doing and obviously understands there's a fine line you have to tiptoe on, and he definitely knows how to do that for the most part. So, like I said, I'm happy to have him as a player, and I'm curious to see how the rest of this match goes here for us. Just seeing what we got here going on. So, just showing the highlights right now. Oh, man, that is such a beautiful goal by João Pedro. That's 3 goals I think for him this tournament so far. Bollock was a bruiser too, yes, and that's why I love Bollock. Maybe I just like the bruisers. Maybe that's what it is. But Bollock was a guy that took absolutely nothing from no one. Didn't matter who you were. Literally, if his teammate ever had any issues, he was the guy right there. Did not matter what happened. He was there immediately. And that's something that Chelsea have been lacking. I'm not gonna lie, like we have talent, but you need to have guys that are going to have your back. Like if anything happens, you need to have that. And I would say the top teams do have that. I mean, you look at Arsenal, anytime anything happens, literally 3 guys are there just to, back them up. Even though if it's something that, again, they shouldn't be doing, it's still they're there. I'm sorry, there's a substitution here. Akimi, Due, and Reese. Man, I'm terrible at French. I'm sorry. 3 big subs are Hakimi coming off, though. I'm quite surprised with that. Ramos, Malu, and Emery. Okay. It makes sense for the changes because obviously PSG have to do something different here. I'm watching this game at the airport. I was not expecting Chelsea to come out with 3-0. Well, I don't think anyone was expecting 3-0, especially at half. And again, I'm happy that this is going the way it is going right now. You think the game's rigged? I don't know how you would think this is rigged for Chelsea. Chelsea are one of the only teams I feel like everyone hates. Like when you talk to any fans, if Chelsea are in a final, I don't think there's anyone outside of Chelsea fans that are cheering for them. Like I guarantee you, you go across the board and you look at anyone talking about this match before it actually happened. I guarantee you, every single person was saying there's no way Chelsea are winning this. PSG are going to win this. Now, if it's a Chelsea fan, they probably were predicting Chelsea. They may have said they were going to lose. But like I said, Chelsea, no one ever thinks they can win a match when it comes to a final. But yet they're underdogs all the time and they still win matches. Why do they hate Chelsea? I have no idea why they hate Chelsea. I think it came down to back in the 2000s when Roman Abramovich came in and bought players that he did and just really shook up the entire system because it broke down the lines of Manchester United and obviously Arsenal for the most part. And Chelsea have just been disruptors for how long? And because of that, people do not want them around because we have every trophy. That's also true too. Yeah, it's a team that we can be cocky enough about how we have everything. That is a beautiful ball. Oh, keep that. Yes, 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 yes. There we go. What a ball by Sanchez right there. Pedro, yeah. Chalo, no, Santos. I was like, what is that's Santos. That was a mistake by Santos there, but that's all right. Hopefully nothing comes of it. Caicedo, like that's what I'm saying. That's a yellow card right there. But I can see the ref giving that because again, it's one of those things that young Kippa will finally have happy video. I think Kippa's still going to have something he's going to be upset about. Though I'm sure he'll be happy about this right now. Who won? Match is still going on. There was a lot of PSG bandwagon fans. I mean, any team is going to. Oh, that's a great. Oh, that's not foul. No, yeah, that was a great step though. I don't know if that was Cowell or if that was Chalaba, but PSG are definitely knocking on the door right now, and they obviously have opportunity. That's offside if they're not going to call. How is that not offside? And okay, look at this. Like this is ridiculous. Like if any Chelsea player just did what we just watched right there, that's clearly a yellow card for any Chelsea player. It doesn't matter who it is. And that was literally trying to pick him up. Like there's clearly a foul on him and trying to pick him up. Like again, it's sometimes it's difficult being a Chelsea fan, but at the same time, it's laughable because anything that we do is just one of those things that some reason we can't do. That's a great chess right there by Santos. And then look at this. Like, it's clearly a tackle on the foot. And again, that's not a yellow card. You think that's a dive? Like, it's offside anyways before that, but it wouldn't have been called anyway. Cucurella, bro. Reese James did take a knock. Oh, jeez. Dewsbury Hall is not the man I want to see getting ready for Chelsea. If any player, he's a guy I did not want to see. Oh my goodness, that's not good. But again, I guess when we're looking at what we're dealing with right now, we have to pretty much put him on. And I think Reese James is probably feeling something. He's not going to take the risk. Goal for the Chelsea this game. It's 3-0. Just stop. I don't know what that means. Chelsea's goalie is playing like prime World Cup. Sanchez does this all the time. Again, great defense, Chelsea. Sheesh. Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, so far this defense is doing well. Pedro Neto coming off, excellent. Yeah, this is what you want to see from your captain too. Literally going over, talking to Sanchez, telling him what he's been doing. What happened to Bill Gilmore? He would have been lethal sub. Bill Gilmore got sold 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, to Napoli. Yeah, because it was Bill Gilmore and McTominay, who just won with Napoli. They obviously rocked up this season in Serie A, and they did phenomenal. What year is this kit you're wearing? It's very nice. This is a 2012. Don't hate on the player, but it's Fernando Torres. It's one of my favorite jerseys because he's one of my favorite players. I do have multiple kits. I thought about going with the 2006 away or third kit Chelsea today, being a white jersey, but I figured to go with the blue one. Have Asphalt Quaita, and I have a few other jerseys. I do need to buy a new one. I'm going to Stamford Bridge in about 3 weeks, actually. So I'm wondering, who do you think I should buy when I go to Stamford Bridge? I have a player in mind who I want to buy, but I want to know what you guys think, though. Cole Palmer, not my proudest moment. Oh, that's Fernando Torres. Yes, it's you probably weren't here earlier, but I was talking about Fernando Torres, how much I love him as a player, and I understand it did not go well for Torres at Chelsea, but it could have went a lot worse. It could have obviously went better, but I still, when he came to Chelsea, this was a no-brainer for me to buy. Where's the Drogba jersey? It's at home. I also, I again, it was just like one of those things that he came in, bought it like day one. I heard this news. I literally bought the jersey. Like I didn't even think twice about it. Same thing with Balak when he got sold to Chelsea. I literally like the next day I went online and bought a jersey. It's like there's multiple players I didn't think about when they signed for Chelsea. I bought their jersey immediately. And there's again, that was close. That's not a foul. That's not a foul. There's like I said, there's one guy I want to buy a jersey. Puma and Nelka too. Nelka would be a sick jersey to have. I mean, I loved watching Nelka play. That man was fun to watch. And I'm actually thinking about making a video about Chelsea and Arsenal players, teams that, I mean, both players and teams that played for, because I feel like Chelsea have gotten the better end of the players coming from Arsenal to Chelsea, and then the Chelsea to Arsenal has not been in their favor at all. There's been maybe 2 players, because obviously I would say Peter Cech being one of them, and I would say Kai Havertz, and that's still questionable right now. But besides that, William Gallas, you could say as well, but it just didn't end well for him at Arsenal, so I'm going to say it wasn't a good one. Essien was so underrated. Essien was, oh man, I loved Essien watching him in the midfield. I mean, that midfield, Essien, Mikel, those 2 guys, I think sometimes were unsung heroes for Chelsea. And it's one of those things. I mean, when you're watching them, you think like how great they are, and then other times players are like, oh, they're not that great. But you look back at what they did at Chelsea, they just did so well. Fabregas, I wish Fabregas would have been there long. Do you have an Eden Hazard jersey? I don't have a Hazard jersey. That's one of those jerseys I kind of, oh, wait a second. Oh, Delop should have finished it right there. That was so close. 2025 Chelsea fan. You're a 2025 Chelsea fan. Welcome aboard if you are. If you're saying I'm a Chelsea 2025 fan, I would heavily disagree. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but let's say, why are not saying Chelsea? They're not playing Matt. Yeah, Chelsea Banter Club. Why are they not saying Chelsea Banter Club? I mean, there's 10 minutes left in this match. I don't even know. I'm sorry. I didn't even realize Nkuku came on. Who did he even come on for? Oh, he came on for Neto. That's right. Okay, I was like, I didn't even realize just he was in the corner right there. And I didn't even realize he was on the pitch as of right now, which he's done well in this tournament too. So it's one of those players that I don't know if he's going to be at Chelsea next this upcoming season. I could easily still see him going to Bayern Munich, which would be a shame, but I do really hope we keep him. Now, obviously, selling Noni, we I want to say are super thin on our wingers, but again, it's one of those things. If we have an injury or two, it could easily be a problem for us. Oh, that's not a bad ball. Colwell, just follow him. Just follow him. Yeah, just follow him. Okay. Yeah, and so again, Colwell deserves the yellow there, but you're telling me that's not then a yellow. That's ridiculous. Like again, watch. Levy Cole's gonna be the only one getting a card here. Oh my god! And you're gonna let them play like that too? This is ridiculous. The ref is absolutely ridiculous in this match. Sanchez, beautiful. Sanchez is a guy that's just telling the ref, you know what? I don't care what you think. He's just done everything right so far this match. Oh, that was an ideal ball right there. I don't know who that was for PSG with the Colwell incident right there. How he didn't get a yellow card is remarkable. PSG definitely not playing like they were champions of Europe. Very messy. Yes, punching air right. So I think Noni still gets a title of being a Club World Cup winner. I could be mistaken on that. He should, because I mean he played in multiple matches and everything, but still it's one of those like that's a tackle right through the player. And that's not a yellow card either. Like it's I don't know what PSG literally could go out there and just go studs up into a man and nothing would be called either, I'm pretty sure. And I don't know if Malagusto just felt something on that. I wouldn't be surprised. And oh my goodness. Yeah, he's feeling something. This so we just went from 0 injuries this entire tournament, 0. And in this tournament, because I do believe Malagusto is definitely hurt right now. I think he's going to kind of stick around for a little bit and then kind of sit down at some point. But we might go from Enzo Fernandez. That's not full either. We're going to go Enzo Fernandez, Reece James, and then maybe Malagusto in this final, picking up injuries, which that's not good. And they all seem like they might be hamstring injuries here as well. So I don't know. Sorry, have you guys said anything recently? No cards? Yeah, not not a single card for PSG so far. Like it's remarkable how there hasn't been a card for PSG. And I think there's only been like 2 fouls called on PSG this entire match, which it is what it is. But 7 minutes of normal time here, and then obviously stoppage time, which no goals, a few subs, cooling break. If there's more than 4 minutes, granted, what is going on? Like Cucurella literally just took an elbow to the back of the head, and he's only going to get a yellow card for that. I don't know what to tell you for the most part. This it's just remarkable. This is why I never liked PSG. I agree. I've never liked PSG, but I will say I've liked players at PSG. I mean, Vitinha is a guy I really do enjoy. And actually, I want to. Sorry, I just missed that because I was looking at my screen here. Was it only a yellow card? Because is it something that VAR should be checking? Because I feel like anytime with Cucurella going down, I'd hate to say it, he's a great actor because he can take a small little nick to the face and he goes down. So I'm not going to say every time, but that depth, yeah, okay, we're seeing a red card. This is remarkable how PSG have just been doing what they want to do, but at some point you gotta be realizing it's a red. Should it be a red? Yeah, we're seeing from the ref. Let's see. Let's see what the ref thinks from here. Oh yeah, that's you can't literally be pulling his hair. Like I don't. I believe Cucurella has long hair just because of this. Like I'm not sure how many times I've seen his hair get pulled, but with VAR, like you're literally just inviting a red card anytime you're pulling his hair. Like, and the ref looks at this, yeah, he's giving a red card. He deserves a red card. I like to hear that. I like to hear that. That's what we're saying. Thank you. Yeah, Neves, we'll see. And again, this is Chelsea's final 10-man PSG. I highly doubt they're going to make a comeback now with 5 minutes left. I want to know what the fans are thinking, PSG fans, on that one. Because again, this is just remarkable. This is huge for Chelsea. PSG so lame. How can you all tournament, all in last game choke? Yeah, this is a big well, okay, I'm just gonna say this. PSG had their chances, but Robert Sanchez just was a brick wall today. Absolute brick wall. And again, had one or two of those chances going in early for PSG, this would have been a completely different match, but it just wasn't the way it went. Bet $50 on them for nothing. Should have put it on Chelsea. Yeah, again, I was saying earlier that this was a match that I would not put money on because you never know in a final. And Chelsea always being underdogs, always show up in a final. I love to see this PSG playing dirty all match. Yeah, this is again PSG. They don't know what to do once they're down. Like obviously they have lost matches. Ooh, that's a big tackle by Caicedo, and I'm curious to what happened earlier to that, but we'll see because obviously he went down. Yeah, that was a good swing at his shin. Which that's something I don't understand nowadays. Yellow card for Caicedo. If it's a yellow card, he's off. He already has a yellow card. He's sitting on a yellow, so that could be a red for him too. But I'm just curious as of right now. I'm just looking at that. Like, yeah, I don't know what Neves is even thinking there. Like, why? Why even do that? It's just a reaction. Sanchez best goalkeeper in the world today. Absolutely. Absolutely Sanchez is the best goalkeeper in the world today. Is he tomorrow? Questionable. But today he is. He's absolutely the best goalkeeper today. I don't care who else is playing today. No one's playing better than him today. It's remarkable what he's been able to do today. And this is just a game. Oh, that's a great idea. Great block by Malagusto. Yeah, great block. Oh my goodness. I cannot wait to see them celebrate in a few minutes here. And again, to have a gold badge on the jersey, and sorry, I never got to this earlier about which jersey I should be buying. Was this? No, I'm sticking with Martinez World Cup champ. Today, Sanchez. But yeah, if I'm buying a jersey when I go to Stamford Bridge, the man who I actually do want to buy, and again, I feel like I'm very confident buying his jersey now just because he's just signed, is Liam Delap. I think that's the jersey I'm going to buy. I know I already have a number 9 back here on my jersey. The only other guy I'm actually debating about buying for the most part is a Cucurella. I do want to maybe buy his jersey, but like I said, I think a Liam Delap is just going to look so nice. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with a long sleeve. Just a long sleeve is a jersey I absolutely love. I only have, I think, 2 of them. I have a David Beckham MLS long sleeve, and it's one of my favorite jerseys. But just a long sleeve, just it looks so nice for the most part. And the fact that they brought him back, I think I got to take advantage and buy one of them here. All right, we got 2 minutes left here. Not bad. No, I'm sticking. I got the yellow Chelsea long sleeve. Oh, well, who do you got in the back? Who's on the back of your yellow, or is it just a plain? I have a few plain jerseys myself because it's one of those that sometimes it's nice just to have a plain because that way I don't have to worry about the player that I'm buying if they get sold or anything happens. Oh, that it you just that right there just shows you. Oh, it has out great jersey to have. That just shows you. That just sums up PSG's day right there. Literally, they should have scored right there, and nothing came of it. Blocked cross, handball. No, okay. I thought he handed there. Yeah, just get the ball up. Liam Delop. Nothing's called. This is Delop just gonna shine here. Take it, Adam Delop. Don't take it to the corner. Just finish the game off. Take it to him. Ah, yeah, it's a foul. Yeah. Well done, Liam Delop right there. I was hoping he was going to do something and actually get a shot off, but anyways, got the fall there. Yeah, I want to say just go to the corner flag. I'm hesitant though for Chelsea to do that, and the reason why I don't want injuries. I could easily see PSG coming into a hard tackle if we go to the corner flag, and I recommend it not being Cole Palmer, but the fact Cole Palmer is very good on the ball. I think they should just knock the ball around, just knock it around. Yeah, he's not 10 yards away. That's not 10 yards. 5 minutes. Okay. That's not surprising there. You think Jackson is going to be on the bench all season? He seems so irrelevant to this team at this point. Jackson, I think, will get sold. I hate to say it because I really rooted for Jackson as our striker last season. And he had his moments. Granted, he also did not have his moments, especially some of the red cards. But just remember, his red card in this tournament is why we're here right now and why we're about to win this. Had we not got that red card, I still think we would have beaten Flamengo in that match. Saw it live and was devastated, but at the same time, it made a huge difference. But I think he's going to AC Milan. I do think it makes sense for him to move on. It's going to be hard. I was saying earlier on that it's going to be very difficult for him to get playing time, not just because of João Pedro and Liam Delap, because of Neto out on the wing. Because if and Cuckoo sticks around, he won't get time there. Estavio coming in as well. And again, you're just looking at all our other wingers that we're probably going to play. Cole Palmer is going to be more of a winger this upcoming season. Again, it's not looking good for him. But if he does stick around, he will take advantage of the time he gets. And I think maybe it does fuel him to be an amazing player. I was rooting so hard for Jackson when he first got signed. Sad didn't go pan out. Same with Mudryk. Mudryk is a shake of the head. I can't believe what happened with Mudryk. Like, why would you be taking anything in a sport like this? Like, there's nothing you can really do that's going to help you that much. Maybe helps with recovery a little bit, but still, like, when you're at this level, there's no reason to try to get an enhancing performance, especially in this type of like years of playing the game now. Like maybe way back when there was heavy testing, but nowadays players are like under microscopes with most parts. So like you can't get away with anything. Like it's gonna get found out sooner or later. And the fact that like he's such a young player, I mean, he'll still get to play at some point. It's like with Paul Pogba, who just signed for Monaco now. But it really just definitely throws a huge problem into the rest of his career. And obviously, I mean, he's made quite a bit of money as a player. Sanchez, mistake made, but nothing came of it. So we'll take it. But yeah, I was hoping Mudryk would have definitely worked out. Trying to think if I heard anything recently with he's still on contract with Chelsea. I don't know if he is or not though. Love Paul Pogba coming back to football. Paul Pogba just a pure Paul Pogba goal, which I don't know why I'm having a hard time saying his full name, is just he's one of those guys that literally you watch him play and you wonder sometimes how he's able to do what he does with a ball at his feet. Like some of the goals he's scored, some of the things he's done with the ball is just something like if there wasn't a video of him doing it, you wouldn't believe he's done it. Like it's just one of those things. Like there's players that again, you watch them in, you're like, I could watch this video 100 times and at no point could I ever replicate what you've done. Like some of the goals he scored for Juventus, it's just one of those things that you just don't know. My goodness. Oh my. That is a heavy, heavy tackle on Nkuku. Oh my. This is what I'm saying. Like at some point, like it gets pointless. Like, come on. Like that is ridiculous. Do you miss Kepa at Chelsea? Absolutely not. I'm usually a heavily positive when it comes to our players. I absolutely never like Kepa. And it's not because he was a good goalkeeper, but he was just one of those guys that I never really liked his attitude or anything. And just again, the things that happened with him, just never really enjoyed him. I'm just going to go back here a little bit. Congratulations, man, from Bayern fan. Yeah, hey, thanks, man. Danke for that. It's just one of those things that I'm just surprised how well this game has gone. There's only less than a minute left here. It's one of those that again, so happy to see PSG just a taste of their own medicine. And really, right now, Chelsea just don't do much with it. Enzo Maresca, you've done a fabulous job. Like I can't recognize how much. Look at that. He can't even keep a smile to himself anymore. He's giddy right now. Let's be real here. And like I said, if I was the ref, I would just blow the whistle. There's no point appointing the rest of this match. Like this is just going to get out of hand here shortly. And if you guys are sticking around, World Champions 25, yes sir, yes sir. And again, yeah, it's just one of those that PSG, they're such sore losers. Like when some teams lose, they take it. They're like, all right, we've lost. No big deal. But there we go. We're lifting this trophy. Look at that. Look at that, boys. What a glorious day. Yeah. London is blue. And remember when this whole tournament kicked off and people thought there's no way Chelsea deserved to be in this tournament. Why are they in the tournament? They just won the tournament. They just manhandled PSG, who've also manhandled all these other teams. Does that mean they can go and beat other teams? Yes, it does. If we can beat PSG, we can beat any team in the entire Champions League. We can beat any team in the Premier League. We can literally do anything now this upcoming season, and it's remarkable. And obviously, oh my goodness, this is about to get out of hand. Donnarumma, I think, just punched Malagusto in the head, if I'm not mistaken. That this is what I'm saying. Like PSG just are dirty. Yeah, it's bro is yapping. I'm yapping. I'm just saying what I'm saying. You don't have to stick around if you don't want to. I'm just saying. And Donnarumma, I'm pretty sure, literally just punched Malagusto in the head, which is remarkable. But like I said, Chelsea, this right now, and even with the Conference League, and again, people were talking about it's only the Conference League. It doesn't matter. The fact that we won, that's not that bad. That's nothing. I'm not sure what happened. Oh, he's pushing. Oh, João Pedro pushing. Oh, yeah. Akimi just was not happy all match. I don't know what was said to Akimi during this match because obviously something happened. And Enzo Maresca coming out to talk to them. Oh, yeah. This just get them off. Like, and we're going to applaud them. Your profile is calling yappers. I don't know what that means. Oh, also pick up dinner for the win. Okay. Sorry, my wife is texting me. We will pick up dinner. I'm assuming Thai food. It sounds good if that's what you want. Akimi was partying too much. And yeah, I think he was. But what a ridiculous match. That was a big match. I'm not going to lie. I think João Pedro started that all right there. But just going to say, Neto, man, had a great tournament. I think he was the man of the tournament. Cole Palmer, man of the match in this one. Chelsea just, yeah, there you go. Senior player or superior player of the match. No surprise there for Cole Palmer. And, oh, man, the man has a huge future, not just at Chelsea, but for England. Bro's yapping. I love yapping. I mean, that's what we do here for the most part. Donnarumma injured South is now punching people. Yeah. I mean, I think that fall on Jamal wasn't a big. You can't see that coming. He's just diving for the ball. I don't think that was intentional against Bayern Munich. Obviously, hopefully, a full recovery from. Imagine Caicedo, Conte pivot. You can only dream about that. You can only dream about that pivot. But I do think Caicedo with anyone is a massive pivot. Cole Palmer should never play for another club ever again. Blue for life. Hopefully. All right. I'm going to be finishing up here. I'm going to call to order food. I don't know if you're still watching or not. This is for my wife. We're going to order some Thai food. And I'm just going to check if they actually are open while we do this here. Jasmine Thai food. Here we go. I always wanted Conte at Bayern. Yeah, he would have been fabulous. I got it. Oh, you already ordered it. Awesome. Thank you. Is it ready for pickup? Sorry, I'm having a conversation with my wife as I'm talking to you guys here too. Not now. Yeah, there we go. All right. So just got the number 2 gifter badge. All right. So, all right. We're going to finish this live here in just a few minutes. Stop talking to me. Oh. All right. Chat London is blue. Yeah, that was a big match for Chelsea just to, again, solidify how good they are in any European competition or any international competition. They now, again, trying to think, their last 7, 8 international cups minus Super Cup, they've won, and they lost to Corinthians back in 2013 for the Club World Cup. Otherwise, beat Bayern Munich, beat Palmeiras, beat Manchester City, beat Arsenal. We beat Real Betis. We just now beat PSG. It's amazing. So, all right. Thank you, everyone that came in today. I know there's a lot of people that showed up today. So, again, thank you very much. Dexter, I don't know if you're still here. Thank you for coming in off the bat and sticking around. If you did stick around the entire match, I thank you for sticking with me. Looking at everything else, they said we had it easy. Not true. Yeah, we definitely didn't have it easy. PSG is the best team. Not today. Not today at all. I chose PSG. Yeah, anyone that put money on PSG, I'm sorry. You definitely missed out. Should have been putting money on Chelsea. So, all right, I'm going to close up my YouTube live here first. End it. And then we're going to close this one.